Welcome to Indiana High School football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, Nepco, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan is next.
Takes the snappy hands off the Brown up the middle. Who's going to break away? He's got a lot of room to the 10, the 5, touchdown!
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Cuts over to the 30. Now he's got a hold of the 35-40. Up the middle. He breaks away. He finds his man over the middle. It's Jaden Jones up the middle about the 40-yard line. Takes the snap. He throws out to the right side to number 12 who catches it. Touchdown.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
The new era continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the undefeated Bishop Chatard Trojans host the undefeated Knox Redskins in semi-state action underneath the Friday night lights. This is Indiana High School football. With us tonight, down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information from the field, Justin Ruff. Up in the booth with me, sports analyst Buzz Schoaf. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. Welcome you to semi-state action from Indianapolis, Indiana, 46220. We are back for more as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Man, as we get ready for this semi-state broadcast, we have talked with the Knox Redskins head football coach Russ Radke during several practices and on the Saturday Sports Line each week, of course, but we have yet to see these Bishop Chatard Trojans of Indianapolis, Indiana. When we look at the Trojans, they are led by Rob Doyle in his 7th season as the head coach. They come into tonight's matchup undefeated at 13-0. They started their sectional run against Tippecanoe Valley and won 42-7. In the semifinal round, they faced off against Guerin Catholic for their first away game of the postseason and won 21-10. In the sectional championship, they went on the road to face Hamilton Heights. Haven't heard that name in about 10 years since I played them. They beat Hamilton Heights 28-8, becoming back-to-back sectional champions. And in the regional round, they traveled to Delta, haven't heard that name in a while, and won 35-6, becoming back-to-back regional champs last week. They now host an undefeated Knox Redskin team that has never been to semi-state before and have most likely never heard of Knox, Indiana. Something the Redskins can definitely use to their benefit. Looking at stats for the Trojans last week against Delta, they rushed the ball 28 times and passed the ball 28 as well. A very even offensive running and passing attack for the Trojans as they are led by their senior quarterback, Aiden Artiega. He completed 22 of his 28 passing attempts for 221 yards, averaging 10.05 yards per completion. He ended the night last week with one passing touchdown. In the 28 rushing attempts last week, the Trojans gained 243 yards on the ground for an average of 8.68 yards per carry. The rushing attack achieved 3 touchdowns on the night. The offense converted 6 of their 10 third downs and went for it on 4th down 4 times, only getting the first down once. They come into tonight averaging 31.9 points per game, and their defense has only allowed 8.5 points per game. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play from the field, we are honored to have sideline reporter Justin Ruff back for more. Up in the booth with me tonight, we are also honored to have special guest sports analyst, South Central Satellites football head coach Buzz Schoaf on the call as well tonight. Coach, I'll start with you. Give us your thoughts on this Bishop Chatard Trojan team.
Well, I was able to watch a little bit of their film throughout the week, and they're a big physical team who's trying to make a big play every play. They play discipline. They don't have a whole lot of penalties. I think this is going to be a great matchup here. I think that maybe a little underestimating of the Knox Redskins, maybe going through their locker room at the moment just by looking at the sheer number of athletes that they have compared to Knox. It looks like they could combine Knox, North Judson, and South Central all together to create this team. But I think this is going to be a toe-to-toe matchup that's going to be a good one.
It's going to be fun to watch. And let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. Justin, what's the vibe down there on the field?
Oh, it's flowing, Mitch. It's flowing. I mean, this is a beautiful night outside.
Isn't it?
Just a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
Just a little bit chilly. But, heck, this is football weather. And with these, I'm on the side of Bishop Chatard. And I'm not a tall individual. I am not an athlete, if you will. But these guys, they surely look stronger than me. They surely look faster and athletic than me. But these kids are in the prime of their life. They look really good and athletic out here on this side of the field.
Well, I got to say, Justin, you look sharp. You got your KVB jacket. You got a KVB sock hat on. Knox Redskin Nation knows we're here for them. I think Bishop Chatard Trojan Nation knows someone special's here as well. So we appreciate you being on the sideline so we can bring them first-class service right here on KVB's WKVI. We turn the page, though, and look at the away team tonight, the Knox Redskins. Head coach Russ Radke is in his 47th season as a high school football head coach. He is the second all-time winningest high school football coach in the entire state of Indiana. This is his 12th semi-state appearance as a head coach. He has advanced to the state championship round 5 of those 12 times and has 1 state title with the Griffith Panthers. Back in 1997. This is his 4th season with the Knox Redskins as they went undefeated for the first time in school history. The Redskins went up against the Lakeland Lakers to open up sectional play and took care of business, beating Lakeland 46-19. In the semifinal round, they took on an undefeated West Noble team and won 15-13 in their closest matchup of the year. The Redskins then took on John Glenn at home, winning their 2nd sectional title in a row. The final in that game was 60-37. They faced off against the West Lafayette Red Devils on the road in a rematch game from last year's regional matchup. While the Redskins lost to the Red Devils last year, this year they took it to them and won their first ever regional championship 41-23. They come into tonight's semi-state contest at 13-0 as they face another undefeated team in the Bishop Chatard Trojans with a chance to advance to Lucas Oil for a state championship. It is all or go home in this one tonight. Checking stats for the Redskins provided by Knox statistician Tim Knowlton. The Redskins run the ball and run it well. They do. They are led by sophomore running back Miles McLaughlin, who has rushed 239 times for 2,346 yards this season. He averages 9.8 yards per carry and has 33 rushing touchdowns on the year. He broke Knox's all-time career rushing record, surpassing his father Josh McLaughlin in Week 8. He broke the single-season yardage record and career touchdown record in only his sophomore year. Right behind him is junior Jake Conroy. Jake has rushed the ball 216 times this season, averaging 6.4 yards per carry for 1,384 yards. He has 20 rushing touchdowns and 8 receiving touchdowns. He broke Knox's record for most points scored in a game Week 3. He scored 38 points that night and also broke the most touchdowns scored in a season this year with 28 total. The Redskins don't throw often, but when they do, they use senior quarterback Rowan Jordan for some snaps and Miles McLaughlin for some snaps as well. McLaughlin has thrown the ball 34 times this season with 7 passing touchdowns. Jordan has thrown the ball 13 times with 1 passing touchdown on the year. Jordan can run the ball too, though, as he rushed 69 times this year, averaging 5.7 yards per carry with 6 rushing touchdowns. Jake Conroy leads the team in receiving with 319 yards on the year. Their offense has averaged 40.6 points per game, and the defense has only allowed an average of 14.6 points per game coming into tonight. Coach, after hearing that stat rundown, what sticks out to you about these Redskins?
Well, I mean, they have no problem moving the football. I think that you look at those rushing stats, you look at all the rushing touchdowns that they scored, all the yards that they've been able to do, and how many times they have rushed the ball over the season. That puts a lot of confidence in the front 5 guys. Those offensive linemen, they're able to move bodies and move bodies well. I understand that Miles McLaughlin is a great player, but those 5 guys up front are have the ability to break him loose, and then he's got the speed to break away from it. So I think that Knox is going to come in this game, and they're going to do exactly what they do. They're going to try to run this ball as many times as they can. They're going to try to get positive yards and try to stay away from any penalty that would put them behind the sticks. And I think that if you look at this game and you look at how Knox is going to attack this Bishop Chatard team, I like their chances. I really do, just because of the wild card of who's on their sideline. Bishop Chatard does not have a Russ Radke walking on their sideline, and if Bishop Chatard's got anything, any weakness, Russ Radke knows all about it. He's going to attack it right off the get-go, and it's going to be their job to catch up to him. So I really like this matchup right now, and I think this is just going to be a fantastic game throughout the night. Justin, give us your thoughts on these 13-0 Knox Redskins.
Well, they've been fun to watch all year. I know watching them against Winnemac, they played so well. And again, like you said, Coach, Russ, he knows what he's doing. He's going to pick apart every team, their strengths, their weaknesses, and I guarantee he's not going in this game naked. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to pick apart Chatard as best as he can and find their weaknesses and approach it.
Well, we are really expecting a great evening of IHSAA semi-state football action as we appreciate all of you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate that. All the way from Ellenton, Florida. Hope you're tuning in and enjoying this big-time broadcast as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. Hey, we appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. One Redskin is out, and that is Kane Weber. Kane has been out for several weeks with an MCL tear in his right knee. He told me at practice a couple weeks ago he should be back in December for the remainder of the basketball season. As that is our Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report. Stay tuned as we will hear from Rob Doyle of the Bishop Chatard Trojans and Russ Radke of the Knox Redskins after the break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winnemac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible healthcare experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the Bishop Chatard Trojans, Rob Doyle. Coach, you come into this semi-state matchup against the Knox Redskin team. Have you ever heard of Knox, Indiana?
Oh, yeah, I grew up in northwest Indiana. So
really? Where at?
I'm from Gary.
Oh, very nice. So what do you know about this Knox Redskin team?
They're a very good team, 13-0. They've won every game that's put in front of them, so that says a lot about their team.
What is it in particular that you want to see from your guys out on the field tonight?
Well, hallmark of our program is physical. I expect us to be that.
Is there anything that you want to see on the defensive end? Anything that you want to make sure to stop that running attack from Knox?
Well, we better get them off the field. It's going to be a long night for us, so we better get them off the field. Our defense has faced some really good teams this year. You better be a good team if you're going to run on us. So,
message to Trojan Nation who may be listening tonight.
All right, let's go. Let's kids have fun tonight and play. What's what you dream about being in a semi-state. This is one of the funnest nights of the year for kids. In the state game, parents can't go on the field afterwards, friends, all that sort of thing. It's sort of just all orchestrated for you. Believe me, I've lost semi-state before, and I've won some, and it's an emotional time either way. Guys find their final game in their fields and stuff. So it's a neat night for either team, no matter what happens.
Can you give us a glimpse of what your pregame speech may sound like right now?
Well, we always talk about the brotherhood, and that'll be the theme tonight. So.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina. I'm here with head coach of the Knox Redskins. Coach, this isn't your first rodeo in this situation. You've been here quite a lot. When you're getting into a semi-state matchup like this, what have you learned that you need to have the mentality going into this game?
Speed's going to win this game. I mean, it's just if you sit there and try to stay with a player, they're going to maul you. And you got to get to the hole you want to be in, and we got to get there quicker than them. And we might not be the biggest and the most talented of all raw, but if we can get there first, we'll declare hopefully a line of scrimmage that'll work to our advantage.
Can you give us a glimpse of what your pregame speech sounds like right now?
Well, the important thing is that we made this big trip, and we're here to represent Stark County, and I hope everybody enjoys what we're going to do tonight, and we're going to leave it on the line. I mean, we're going to throw everything we can at them. I don't care if it's runs, passes, or blitzes, or whatever we're going to do. We're going to come with everything we can and give it our best shot.
Coach, as always, I appreciate your time. Go get them tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana high school football semi-state action, what are your keys to the game as a Bishop Chatard Trojan coach?
After watching last week's game of Knox, I think stop Miles McLaughlin. I mean, if you can do that based off of what they were able to do to West Lafayette last week, I think you're feeling pretty confident. But the question of that is, can you stop him? Nobody's been able to, at least in 2 years. If you're up to that challenge, I think that increases your chances to win the football game. But I think that's the key to Bishop Chatard right now is stopping him and making sure that he doesn't get loose on you because he's able to make that big-time play at any time in this football game.
All right, now we flip sides. What is a big-time key to the game for the Knox Redskins?
Well, again, Miles McLaughlin's got to have a big-time night. I mean, you interviewed Russ Radke during the week, and he said that his big guys up front got to control the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they got to do. You don't want to look at a 3rd and long situation where you got to change what you do. You want to look at 3rd and 3, and you want to keep running this offense, and you want to control the clock like you did last week. If you're able to hold the ball for 30 minutes, there's not a whole lot of football games you're going to lose. So if they're able to do that again, which obviously, they got a hard task in front of them, but if they're able to do that, I like their chances.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Hey, go ahead and sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our KVB starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
Have you ever wondered how much I could sell my vehicle for? Well, Auto Park Chevrolet GMC can help with that. We're looking to buy your vehicle. It is a quick, simple process that puts money in your pocket. Stop by the Auto Park on Oak Road for one of our sales professionals to assess your vehicle and have a cash price for you in moments. If you're looking to trade, we have stacks of inventory for you to choose from, or you can walk away with a check in hand. Don't hassle with listing on Marketplace or waiting forever to sell it privately. Let us make you an offer today. Auto Park Chevrolet GMC. Check us out at www.autoparkchevroletbuickgmc.com or call 574-936-5590 or come to see us next to Walmart in Plymouth.
He's up the right side. He barrels his way through. 2-point conversion is made.
Now it's time for the KVB starting lineups.
For the Trojans of Bishop Chatard from Indianapolis, Indiana. On offense, starting at quarterback, we will see Aiden Artiega. The running back is Riley Kinnett. The wide receivers are Colin Guy, Jack Waybride, and Roman Barraza. The tight end is Harrison Forrestal. On the O-line for the Trojans, Harrison Campbell and Jacob Artiega are the tackles. Matthew Woods and Andrew Troy are the guards, and Charlie Wright is at the center position. On defense for the Trojans, starting tonight as the corners are Zach Garner and Ryan Keating. The free safety is Jack Stedham. The strong safety is Colin Guy. The outside linebackers are Sam Freeney and Lucas Tremaine. The middle linebackers will be Luke Perchia and Eddie Benson. And on the D-line for the Trojans, we will see Ethan Evans and Cam Winston as the defensive tackles and Matthew Woods as the nose tackle position. For the Redskins of Knox, Indiana. On offense, starting at quarterback, we will see Rowan Jordan. The running backs are Miles McLaughlin, Jake Conroy, and Logan Taylor. The tight ends tonight are Caleb Schwant and Easton Minix. In the trenches on the O-line for the Redskins are Isaiah Jones and Keyston Dixon as the offensive tackles. Landon Howard and Noah Bolin are the offensive guards, and Tucker Burns is at the center position. On defense for the Redskins, starting defensive backs are Connor Winzak, Rowan Jordan, Keegan Everidge, Jaden Strong, and Jake Conroy. Starting linebackers are Logan Taylor and Miles McLaughlin. On the D-line for the Redskins, we will see Caden Reiser and Caleb Schwant as the defensive ends, Dominic Triska as the defensive tackle, and Noah Bolin at the nose guard position in the middle. That is our KVB starting lineups for today, as we will be back to get set for kickoff. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, welcome to the semi-state round of Indiana high school football between the unbeaten Knox Redskins and the unbeaten Bishop Chatard Trojans. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We also want to remind you Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. As a matter of fact, you can catch even more high school football action with the boss, Tony Ross, on Max 98.3 FM. They are in Monroe, Indiana tonight to see another Stark County football team in the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays take on the Adams Central Jets in semi-state action. Joining Tony is Doug Griffiths tonight. We invite you to flip back and forth between both of us, as KVB always has you covered for local high school sports in your area. Don't hesitate to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. No excuses. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, we are proud to let you know the PA announcer tonight at Alumni Field is Greg Miller. The scoreboard operator is John Ernst. The play clock operator is John McHugh. The official statistician tonight is Tim Knowlton. Our officials for this evening are Mike Eason, Jerry Bloom, Ryan Lynn, Casey Earl, Stu Casper, with the alternate, if needed, being Kevin Milam. Down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information from the field is our very own sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. And up here in the KVB booth with me is head coach of the South Central Satellites football team, Buzz Schoaf. Guys, we look around and see only one other area team still in action. It's the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays. I had a score update. They are already up 6-0 in this third rematch in a row with the Adams Central Jets. Coach, we'll turn to you first. What do you think transpires in that game?
Well, you know, the stat that Chris told us last week was pretty amazing, that the home team has never won that matchup. So
and it dates back to the 80s.
You know, with Judson going over there and already up 6-0, it looks like Judson's got some things rolling. I don't know how early it is in that game. I don't know if the Jets have not had the football yet or not, but it looks like they got a football game going on over there. So, you know, if you're from Stark County, you're probably not in Stark County. So, if you're not from Stark County, do not go to Stark County, because there will not be a place open for you. And there's no reason for you to be there anyway. You ought to just come down to Indianapolis or go over to the Judson game. So there's a lot of things that go on that are not in Stark County that involve Stark County tonight.
Well, it's pretty cool. We've got 99.3 FM on the dial for the Knox Redskins and 98.3 FM on the dial for the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays. Just to remind you, KVB will always have you covered, ladies and gentlemen. This is the premier broadcasting team in your area. We appreciate your support. Justin, how are the vibes down on the field?
Oh man, Mitch, they're awesome. Coach Buzz was saying that, there's probably not a lot of people in Stark County right now, especially there's not a lot of people in Knox. There's standing room only, it looks like right now. The crowd, the benches are completely full. You can just feel the energy and the enthusiasm approaching. And if you look over across the field, Bishop Chatard brought the whole city too. Look at them. Yeah. It looks like it's blackout over there. Their benches are a little bit larger, of course, but they're filling that up as well. This is semi-state football. I'm getting juiced up. I'm getting excited down here. I try to run out to the field, but they stop me. So I'm getting energized down here.
Yeah, just like Chris, do it until they tell you can't. Appreciate you being down there on the sideline. That's Justin Ruff as our sideline reporter this evening. Bremen and Bailey Funeral Home of both North Judson and Bremen and Son Memorial Chapel of Knox would like to congratulate the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays and the Knox Redskins on their regional wins and wish them the best of luck tonight in their semi-state championship games. Contact them for all your needs as you deal with life's unexpected challenges during difficult times, and they will make the unfortunate experience easier. Affordable Insurance of Knox would like to congratulate the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history and wish them good luck tonight at semi-state. Affordable Insurance of Knox provides superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs with award-winning service and great prices. They give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. Arctic Air of Knox also congratulates the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history. Arctic Air wishes the Redskins good luck at semi-state. Call 574-806-4804 and ask for Donald. Finally, the Stark County Co-op would like to congratulate both the Knox Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays on becoming regional champions. The Stark County Co-op is proud to support local high school sports and congratulates the Redskins on becoming regional champions for the first time in their history, and the Blue Jays for becoming three-peat regional champions. They thank them for representing Stark County so well. Big time shout out to one of our main sponsors, Joe Snep, as tonight's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nep at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Hope you're enjoying your evening, Joas, as we also have several other games going on in the area. We also have a basketball game going on. I just got a text from Athletic Director Jeff Messer of the West Central Lady Trojans. They are leading Wheeler right now at the end of the first, 18-7. Shout out to Jeff Messer for sending me that. But yes, North Judson St. Pierre leads 6-0 with 8 to go in the first half, as that game is on Max 98.3 FM or max983.net. But we are about to be underway. Both teams' captains are at the center field getting ready to, have they taught? I don't think they've done the coin toss. They're still going over the rules and what the official wants to see from these teams. Now, this is a big-time game. If you're an official in this game, I can assume you're probably one of the best.
Yep. You're absolutely right there. They have a list that they go down. They have criteria that they have to meet. So this crew has earned the right to be here, just like these two teams. So they're not gonna make any silly mistakes like you see maybe in a Sectional 1 game. But we got some of the best out there right now.
Big time shout out to my good friend Tanner Hedrick tuning in from Rushville, Indiana. We appreciate you, Tanner. It's funny, we've got Buzz Schoaf, a LaPorte Slicer, also coaches at South Central. We've got Justin Ruff down on the field, a Winnemac Warrior, and I'm a Rushville Lion bringing you Knox Redskin football. We are so excited to be here as we remind you every morning to join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and max983.net to stay up to speed in your your local area. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana high school football from Indianapolis, Indiana. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Knox elects to receive first as they win the toss, and it looks like Bishop Chatard will kick away to the Knox Redskins. This is exactly what they wanted. I can guarantee you that. As we are underway in semi-state action, the kick is deep, booming back to the 1-yard line. Here comes Jake Conroy cutting across the 10 to the 15-yard line and tackled at the 17, and we are in action, baby.
Yeah, Bishop Chatard there on the kickoff. They deferred, so Knox elects to receive. A kid that kicks the ball down to the 1-yard line, that helps a defense out tremendously. That being so far back in your end zone here. So we'll see what Knox can do. Put a drive together, start this game off.
1st and 10, ball on their own 18-yard line. Looks like we are going to see. That is Miles McLaughlin from shotgun all alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, running up the middle, trying to find space. And he's going to be brought down at the 21, 22-yard line, maybe a 3-yard gain, Coach.
Yeah, but you look at that. They pulled the guard and tackle around, and Miles almost broke that one loose, and safety had to come up and make a big play there. I know it's just a gain of 4, but there's a lot of positive on that first first play for 4 yards there.
So here we go, 2nd and 7 for the Redskins. We are scoreless here. The Redskins on their first opening drive. As here is Miles McLaughlin from shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off. Jake Conroy, now he's coming through the hole, and he gets tackled at the 26-yard line. So another 3, maybe 4-yard carry, Coach.
Yep, so they're going to look at a 3rd and 1 here, exactly where they want to be. Just moving the ball down the line. And controlling the football, controlling the pace of the game. So I think Knox is okay with this 3rd and 1 situation.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 is what the
absolutely. I think.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, Mitch. I feel like they're enjoying this first run here. They're controlling the pace, Coach, like you said.
3rd and 2. McLaughlin takes the snap, runs up the gut. Nothing gained there. It's going to bring up 4th down here. That's a tough one as number 16 for the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Ryan Keating, the senior, got in there and made the stop. So here we go. 4th and 2. Do they punt or go for it? We're waiting. They're looking to the sideline here. I don't know what they're going to do. It looks like they may be going for it here.
Looks like they're going to have to make the decision right now, and they're going to say that we can gain 1 yard.
They are going for it, ladies and gentlemen, on their own 27-yard line, 4th and 1. 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter. McLaughlin takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. He's going to get the first down, and he's tackled at the 30. So when it counted, Miles McLaughlin showed up as the sophomore and made it happen. They moved the chains for the first down. What's that do for you?
Yeah, that right there, that just shows the confidence that you have in your offensive line and in Miles McLaughlin right there. You're going to put the ball in your player's hands, and you know he's going to get the first down, because if you don't convert that, you're in rough shape. But they got all the confidence in the world with these 11 guys that are on the field right now.
1st and 10 for the Redskins. Twins to the left. For Miles McLaughlin, he takes it from shotgun, takes the snap, rolls out to his left, waiting for the hole to arrive, and nothing there. The Chatard Trojans were all over it there.
Yeah, just nothing brewing there. Loss of 1 on that play. Just nothing there. He was patient, but the hole just never opened up, and as soon as it did, there were 3 Trojans just standing there waiting for him to pop loose. So. But you're looking at second and 10, 2nd and 11, still convertible. Just got to keep going.
Chatard, they're really showing some intensity down here on defense. But that 4th and 1 that they went for, that also was a good little statement. But hey, big boys, we're here to run. Be ready for this all night.
So here we go, 2nd and 10, ball on their own 30. 8:40 to go. McLaughlin takes the snap, hands off to Jake Conroy up the right side, and it is hard to find the hole right now for the Redskins as they are getting wrapped up immediately.
Yeah, there's just nothing there right now. They're getting a nice push up front, but they're just not getting to the second level. And the safeties are able to just play downhill at the moment, just because when you run the ball 30 times a game, or 50 times a game rather, safeties are allowed to play downhill. So look to Knox to take the top off of this thing just to kind of loosen up the box a little bit.
Yeah, this is tough right here. 3rd and 10 for the Redskins. They're facing some adversity here early on in the first quarter. They're going to audible here. It looks like this is going to be taken under center. Rowan Jordan, and flags fly. We'll await the official call. Did you see anything on the field, Justin?
I didn't see any movement or anything. Not sure what. I'm a little bit far away. I got to get a little closer.
No, you're all right. Yeah, that's a tough situation. Did you see anything, Coach?
I didn't see anything right off the bat. Maybe after the shift, maybe we all didn't get set, but they called a false start, which will back them back 5 yards. So now we're looking at third and 15. So we'll see what Knox has got an answer there. Not a situation they want to be in at 3rd and 15.
Definitely not. So here we go. Miles McLaughlin is going to take this from shotgun, all alone in the backfield. 3rd and 15. He does. Steps back, looks to throw. He's got to roll out to his right. He has space, finds his man deep over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted at the 47. Here they come, bringing it back to the 30 and brought out of bounds at the 27. Might have been better to just hold the ball on that one, Coach.
Yeah, he had pressure immediately, but again, just not Knox football. Dropping back and trying to pick him apart deep. Had pressure immediately and had to throw the ball away. He rolled out nicely, made a nice play. The safe bet there is just throw it to your grandma in the stands and just fight for 3rd down at the point. But he just throws it up and they make a good play.
Okay, here's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Arteaga hands off up the left this side. It's Kennett. He's got a lot of space. Breaks across all the way to the 8-yard line. He was fast. Big-time run by Riley Kennett, the senior, as he broke away for a big-time gain there, Coach.
Yeah, what Bishop Chatard's going to do is they're going to take that number 65, that right guard. They're going to pull him around, insert another gap right behind big number 76 here at tackle. He's just going to wash everything down. 65 is going to pull around, and number 2 is going to be right behind him.
1st and 10, ball on the 10. They are in the red zone, guys, as here's Arteaga taking the snap, handing off Kennett up the middle, still on his feet, fighting his way forward for the touchdown. And the Chatard Trojans score in the Affordable Insurance red zone, as that appearance was sponsored by Affordable Insurance of Knox, providing superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs with award-winning service and great prices. They give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val, as that was a huge touchdown run for Riley Kennett. 6-0. The Trojans lead, and they're lining up to kick the extra point here. The snap, the hold, the kick is up away. Clean kick right through the uprights, and it is 7-0 here early on with 6:54 to go in the first quarter. Coach, that was fast.
Yeah, it started off, a false start on the offense, puts you behind the chains, makes you do something that you don't normally do. A bad decision to throw that ball back across the field to the middle of the field, an easy interception for Bishop Chatard, and then it just put you back, when you start a drive on the 25-yard line and it takes 2 plays for them to get to the end zone. Yeah. You just can't make it that easy at this stage in the game. Yeah. And I think Knox is going to recover from this. You don't win the game in the first 6 minutes. You win the game in the last 6 minutes. So Knox is getting the ball back. They just got to go back to what they do and continue to just grind this football out and make something happen offensively.
Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. Justin, you were down there. It didn't take much time for the Trojans to score, did it?
It certainly did not. Riley Kennett, number 2, he's not a slow individual, Miss. He found those holes pretty easily. Would it take two runs, and he was in the end zone. With Knox, they have to do a little bit better job containing him moving forward.
So, set to kick are the Trojans. Deep, booming kick again. He's got a leg as it goes into the end zone, and they're Redskins will start on their own 20 here. You pick up the pieces, Coach. What do you have to do right now when you're down 7 on this drive here?
Well, the benefit of that is you've seen their defense now. Your offensive line is able to come back to your offensive coach and Coach White. They're able to tell him exactly what they're seeing, exactly how they're lining up. And I know that this Knox coaching staff knows exactly what to do in any given situation. They've been running this offense for so long. For 47 years now.
Yeah.
So they know the answer. So we're going to see what Coach White was able to draw up on that board with the offensive linemen and how they react to it at this drive.
So Miles McLaughlin is going to take this from shotgun on his own 20. 1st and 10. 6:54 to go in the first. Takes the snap, hands off to Jake Conroy, and he's wrapped up immediately near the 21-yard line. Maybe a yard gained, if that. They're having trouble getting through those holes, and that's something that head coach Russ Radke talked about all week long. He talked about it in the pregame. He needs those offensive linemen to block as best as possible.
Yeah, they need to fire off the ball. They need to stay low. They need to keep driving their feet. It looks like they're making good contact. They're coming off hard, but it just looks like Bishop Chatard is just coming off those blocks just a little too easy. I mean, a nose guard making an outside play there just tells me that somebody missed an assignment.
2nd and 11 off the lost yard. McLaughlin takes a snap, rolls out to his right, spins around, and he is hit hard at the 21. Man, he got hit hard. As he hits the ground, gets back up immediately, shaking it off. 3rd and 11 here, Coach. Things aren't going the Redskins' way early.
No, not the way that they drew it up, not the way that they wanted to see it, but just give it time. It'll happen for them. They gotta be smart here. 3rd and long.
Jeez.
Do not turn the ball over. Do not make do not get a penalty. And just recoup and get back at it.
3rd and 10 for the Redskins. They're going to change formations at the line of scrimmage. It's Rowan Jordan under center. Takes the snap, toss out. Jake Conroy trying to fight around the left edge, and he's tackled at the 24-25-yard line. Maybe 4 on the carry. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 5 here on the 25. You got to punt this ball away. Give your defense a chance here. Pin them deep. Hopefully change the field position. Get Bishop Chatard on the other side of the 50. Make them drive down the field for you.
4th and 5, and it looks like they may be setting up to punt this one away here deep in their own territory, as that's Jake Conroy. He's got quite the leg as well. We've seen it throughout the season. As the snap, the hold, the punt is clean away. High arcing punt, not very deep. It bounces at the 49, and the Redskins that's exactly where they're going to touch it. So the Chatard Trojans, the Bishop Chatard Trojans will start on the Redskins' 48-yard line. As today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. 1st and 10 for Arteaga and the Bishop Chatard Trojans. 4:42 to go here in the first quarter, as he is going to take this from shotgun with twins to the right. He does. Hands off to Riley Kinnett up the left side. Breaks a tackle. Almost broke the second, but he's finally brought down at the 41-yard line. The Redskins are going to have trouble with him tonight, Coach.
Yeah, he's a hard runner. He's a big runner. I see a cast on the right hand there. So kind of, maybe the ball security issue here, but so far he's looking pretty good, and I think just Knox has just got to settle down and just remember what got him here and how they got here, and they'll be just fine.
2nd and 3 for the Trojans. Arteaga takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, fires, has his man, and it's caught right at the 29-yard line and pushed out of bounds near the 23. It looks like that was received by number 1, Colin Guy, the senior, and that was a great route. He ran it to perfection.
I mean, just a crisp route, a good throw. A hard play to defend with the slot receiver running that deep out right there. Your safety's got to run with him, and he just had a step.
Ball spotted on the Redskins' 22. Trojans are trying to get in the red zone as Arteaga takes the snap. Riley Cadet up the right side, and he's brought down at the 17-yard line, and that means this red zone appearance is sponsored by Affordable Insurance of Knox, providing superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs with award-winning service and great prices. They give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. 2nd and 5 in the red zone on the 17-yard line. The Trojans are knocking on the door. 7-0, they lead with 3:30 to go. From shotgun, Arteaga takes the snap, hands off up the right side. It's number 25, and he has all the space in the world. Dives for a touchdown, and it is.
Nope, looks like he's going to be short at the 1.
Well,
it does look like they called touchdown.
Yeah, the officials called the touchdown there. So another 6 points to add to the board for the Trojans here. They haven't really been on the field very long, Coach, when they're on offense.
No, their running game right now is working for them. A nice throw there on 2nd down. But, their offense is high-powered right now. They're scoring pretty quickly.
Set to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good, as the kicker is number 61 for the Bishop Chatard Trojans, Jackson Schroeder, the senior. A lot of seniors on this Bishop Chatard Trojan team as they now take a 14-0 lead. As today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Score update from the North Judson-St. Pierre Blue Jay matchup with Adams Central. Just got the text from Doug Griffiths. 12-7, North Judson leads. 4:30 to go in the second quarter. Also, shout out to Chris McGowan. You may be wondering where Chris is tonight. Of course, he coaches the Lady Tigers of Tri-Township basketball team. He had practice tonight. Couldn't make the travels with us south. Hope you're enjoying your evening, Chris. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I think you may know how we sound now, and I hope you like it. He gets to hear it on the other end of things, so that's pretty exciting. As it's going to be a kick from the Bishop Chatard Trojans, and deep to return is Jake Conroy, and that looks like Camden Garner on the far side of the field. So here come the Trojans. The kick. Another booming deep kick all the way back to the end zone, and the Redskins won't have a chance to return it. They're going to start on the 20-yard line again. Coach, I mean, we got to get points on the board here. It's got to be now, right?
Well, I mean, it's still early in the game. There's still 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Get a drive going. Drive down the field. Take the rest of this quarter. Recoup at the quarter, and then get yourself back in this football game. Obviously, nothing has been brewing yet offensively, but they're going to stick with what they do because it got them here, and they're not going to panic, and they're going to put a drive together right here.
1st and 10. McLaughlin takes the snap, hands off. Jake Conroy dancing around, broke a tackle. He almost slipped through there, and he's brought down at the 25. The Redskins are working the hardest they've had to work all season, as it's just been a really tough night trying to get through those holes. The offensive line is trying to make things happen, but those Chatard Trojans are something special on the D-line, and you can tell, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, their front five right now are playing pretty tough, just not giving a whole lot of wiggle room. There is a hole there. We just got to hit it a little bit harder, a little bit quicker.
McLaughlin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drives himself up the right side. He almost broke a tackle, but no, they brought him down near the 30, maybe the 28, 29-yard line. I think it's going to bring up 3rd down. Yeah, 3rd and 1 here, 3rd and 1. So a much more manageable 3rd down. They haven't had many of those to start the game. So this time, this is something they could definitely use here on this one. 1 to 2 yards, 3rd and 2 here. Clock continues to roll, 2:20 to go, 14-0. Bishop Chatard leads Knox. From shotgun, it's Miles McLaughlin. He's got Jake Conroy to his right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle. He's going to get the first down and more. Breaks the 35 to the 40, now to the 45 to the 50, and he's finally brought down on the other side of the field. Miles McLaughlin, huge run for a first down, and he comes up a little hobbled, Coach.
Yeah, but that's all right because that's exactly what Knox needed in that situation. A 3rd and short. They break one loose like they have been able to do. That gives this offensive line the confidence that they need that we can do this. We can control this line of scrimmage, and we just got to continue to do it, and the confidence right now of the Knox sideline has got to be at the all-time high of this football game so far.
So Miles still coming up hobbled. He still goes out there to take the snap from shotgun. 1st and 10, ball on the Trojans 49. This is the best field position the Redskins have had. Hand off to Jake Conroy, and he is not getting anywhere. He's brought down at the 49. They didn't gain anything. They didn't lose anything. And that's something we were talking about on the way down here, Coach, was, normally the Bishop Chatard Trojans, from what we've seen on film, they're 3-man front on the defensive line. Because of what Knox does in an 8-9-man front, they have decided to put 5 on that D-line.
Yeah, they got 5. They got 5 men up front. They're basically stacking the box. They got 5 up front. They got 3 linebackers, and then their free safety's just kind of sitting out over the top of it, which creates a little bit of difficulty with blocking scheme because now you got to account for 9 guys where usually you're looking at 7.
2nd and 10, under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. 14-0. Bishop Chatard leads. McLaughlin takes the snap, and we have whistles on the play.
Got timeout.
A quick timeout here as the Stark County Co-op would like to congratulate the Knox Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays on becoming regional champions. The Stark County Co-op is proud to support local high school sports and congratulates the Redskins on becoming regional champions for the first time in their history and the Blue Jays for becoming 3-peat regional champions. They thank them for representing Stark County so well. Justin down on the sideline. Looks like Miles McLaughlin may be hobbled. I think they may be adjusting, checking him out. Are you seeing anything down there on the field that you can share with us?
Yeah, he was asked if he was okay, and he just gave him a little push away with the hand. So I'm assuming he's going to tough this out in semi-state.
Yeah. Well, and we know he's had an ankle injury before he had to deal with over the summer. We really hope Miles is okay, as he is a huge, huge piece to this Knox Redskin puzzle.
Absolutely, and he's still staying on the field, Mitch.
Yeah, he's shaking it off.
Yeah, you take the timeout, you ask the kid if he's all right, and all of a sudden, now he's walking good. And if I don't know the kid personally, but just by looking at him right now, if it's attached, he's going to play.
2nd and 10, ball spotted on the 49-yard line in Trojan territory. The officials want to have a quick conference, and now they're set to go. As here we go from shotgun, Miles McLaughlin takes the snap, almost fumbled it, but he keeps it himself, and he hits the ground immediately as he bobbled that snap there, Coach. Smart play for him to just go down.
Yeah, and 2 defenders right in the backfield right there to meet him as soon as he got the hands on it. Nothing he could do there. You got to get a clean snap. You're not being able to run the ball very well as it is, and now that extra second, that extra 2 seconds it is to get the football back, you just don't have that kind of time. So a smart play. It's now 3rd and 13, but you're going to take the quarter here, it looks like, and come out with a 3rd down play to move the sticks here. So.
Yeah, that will be the end of the first quarter. The Bishop Chatard Trojans lead 14-0 over the Knox Redskins as we're going to take a break with them. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter action from Bishop Chatard in Indianapolis, Indiana coming your way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Back at Alumni Field in Indianapolis, Indiana, as the Bishop Chatard Trojans lead 14-0 over the Knox Redskins. 3rd and 14 for the Redskins as we go to the second quarter. Right in action away. It's Modge throwing Jordan high. Snap over the head. He's going to have to track it down and dive on it. My goodness, things are piling up right now as this pushes the Redskins back deep in their own territory at about the 26, 27-yard line. Coach, that's stuff that can't happen here in a semi-state matchup.
Yeah, that's just maybe the center just got a little anxious, makes a bad snap on the play, and now you're looking at 4th and forever. You have to punt this ball away, but you just like something consecutive positive plays out of Knox right now just to get them back to where they want to be. Right now, everything just seems to be moving way too fast. The game's just getting away from them too quickly.
Oh, my goodness, a blocked punt, and they pick it up at the 25, still on their feet, and they're brought down at the 15. Oh, man. Huge play for the Trojans, detrimental to the Redskins here. What'd you see, Justin?
That was just a beautiful move on the outside corner. Had 2 hands on the ball and stopped it pretty good. That was just good play by Bishop Chatard.
Man, this is hard to watch if you're a Knox Redskin fan. It is tough right now as here are the Bishop Chatard Trojans in the red zone, as it is sponsored by Affordable Insurance of Knox, providing superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs. 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the Redskins 15. Arteaga spread formation, steps back, fires over to the right. He has his man, number 7, and he's wrapped up at the 9-yard line. And that was Roman Barraza, the senior, on the reception. Man, Coach, it just seems like it's just coming a little too easy for him almost.
Yeah, that's a big play. We like to run that play too. A little quick slant to your split out. It's an easy, high percentage throw, just easy to make and a hard play to defend.
2nd and 4. Ball on the 9. Arteaga takes a snap, hands off up the right side. He's fighting his way around the edge, and he is going to get the touchdown. He leaped in the air. Number 23, Jack Waybright, the senior. And the Bishop Chatard Trojans make it a 20-point ball game with 10:30 to go in the second quarter. This one is looking tough right now.
These kids know what they're doing, Mitch. That was just a beautiful slice in the middle. Dove head first into the red zone. It was a beautiful play.
So, set to kick the extra point are the Trojans. The snap, the hold, the kick is up away, and it is good. This is the first time the Redskins have been down this many points. They are down 21 right now, guys. This is new territory for the Redskins, and we kind of talked about it on the way down. How do you face adversity when you haven't faced adversity all year long? How do you face it in the biggest game of the year?
Right. This is gut check time. It's time to put up right now. They're in a position where things aren't going well their side. They're going up against a team that is very, very confident, very, very good. And at this point, you really got to settle down and just continue to play your football game. You're not going to score 21 points right now, but you've got to start making big plays on offense. You've got to start wrapping up, tackling on defense before this thing does get too far out of control.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just really kind of tough to watch right now. We hope that the Redskins are able to persevere here. That'd be the word I would use. You got to persevere through this. As Arctic Air of Knox congratulates the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history. Arctic Air wishes the Redskins good luck at semi-state. Call 574-806-4804 and ask for Donald. Set to kick is number 68, Jasper Chapman, the senior, for the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Set to kick this one deep to either Jake Conroy or Camden Garner. All kicks have gone into the end zone, but they're going to let Jake Conroy have a crack at this as he takes it back from the 10, crosses the 15, still on his feet, and he's going to be brought down near the 25-yard line. And that's where the Redskins will start this drive. Something has to happen here, and you better believe the Knox Redskins are going to try everything they can here on this drive.
Yeah, an opportunity there to return the kick. Usually a kid kicks it to the back of the end zone. A nice return, putting them at the, it looks like the 27-yard line, probably the best field position they've had all night long. So we'll see what they can do with it here. Still not, what they're used to probably, but a situation where they can now put a drive together, drive down the field, put some points on the board.
1st and 10, ball on their own 27-yard line with 10:20 to go in the first half. 21-0, Bishop Chatard leads. From shotgun, it's Miles McLaughlin, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Jake Conroy. Looks like he's going to get a few yards on the carry. Looks like he's also shaking that injury off, huh, Justin?
Yeah, it looks like offensively they're just going to continue to do what they're doing. Put a drive together, try to milk this clock out, try to come out of this drive with some points, however they can, and just continue to play Knox football.
Off the next play, it's a snap from shotgun, handoff up the middle, and another few yards there. The Redskins are finding some holes. Oh, was it? It's Connor Winzak. Thank you. Connor Winzak on the carry up the middle. And we had a chance to talk to Connor a few weeks, or actually last week, on the Saturday Sports Line. Is it a little chilly out there, Justin?
It is. I am thankful for you, Mitch, for telling me to bring my gloves. Thank you for that.
Yeah, 45 degrees here in Indianapolis, as it's a little chilly here in this one. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, breaks away to the 40, now to the 45, and he's finally brought down. And there is some Miles McLaughlin glimpses, and a lot of people don't understand he's just a sophomore out there doing things like that.
Yeah, and that's a big-time run by a big-time player right there. Exactly what Knox needed. Again, if they could just put some of those plays together consecutively in the same drive, I think that they could turn this football game around. We just got to sustain drives. We got to end this drive in some points and keep Chatard's offense off the field.
Next play, snap. Up the middle, it's Jake Conroy, and he gets a breakaway for a nice big run on the first down. This may be enough. Well, it's close. Yeah, 2 yards shy, so a big-time 8-yard gain by Jake Conroy as they keep trying. They keep plugging away here, trying to make something happen on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, there's two good plays. That's the Knox that we've seen all season long. 2 plays. You're looking at 2nd and 2. Let's see what they can do with it here.
Redskin Nation making noise for the Redskins. Miles takes the snap, takes it himself up the middle, trying to get those 2 yards so close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it here. And it's going to be short, so it'll be 3rd and short here. Big time play here for the Redskins as they are in Trojan territory on the 45.5, kind of.
Yeah, one of those situations where I'm probably asking for a measurement here.
It's close.
But
McLaughlin from shotgun takes the snap, hands off. Jake spins around. He's going to get the first down, and he's finally brought down to the 41, 42-yard line. So it'll move the chains, and it's enough for a Knox Redskin first down.
Yeah, it looks like Knox's offensive line has kind of settled in a little bit. Bishop's Chatard defensive line kind of moving on them pre-snap, and then as the snap goes, a little bit of stemming and slanting to try to confuse them. It looks like Knox offensive line has settled in a little bit. They're able to control that. They're able to understand where they're going to be instead of where they're at.
1st and 10. McLaughlin takes a snap, keeps it himself. He pulls the handoff from Jake Conroy. Nice little run there, tackled at the 37, 38-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down here. Matthew Woods on the tackle there for the Trojans. So bringing up 2nd and 7 here. The clock continues to roll. 6:40 to go. The Trojans lead 21-0. The Knox Redskins have never trailed like this all season long. Both teams are undefeated at 13-0 coming into this semi-state matchup. The winner of this game goes to the Oil Can, Lucas Oil Stadium next week. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin takes the snap, trying to find the hole. It wasn't there as the D-line collapsed that O-line coach.
Yeah, I mean, it was just It was just one of those plays where there was just too many guys where we're trying to run the football, and there's no space there. We're just looking for just a little bit of a seam. I know we can fit through it if there's just that little bit. That play, there just wasn't. So now we're looking at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. We want to get half of that. If we can get this down to 4th and 4 in Trojan territory, we're exactly where we need to be. So this play right here is going to kind of dictate how this drive ends.
3rd and 6. Ball on the Trojans 38. From shotgun, Miles almost fumbled it, but he picks it up and keeps it himself. It rolls out to the left and nothing there. High snap again, Coach.
High snap again, makes it a little bit slower, makes offensive line hold that block just a little bit longer. Might have lost one on the play there to look at a 4th and long. Again, not the situation that Knox wants to be in. It just doesn't fit their offensive philosophy. To pick up 7 yards is just tough, especially when you're going against this defense.
4th and 8, they're going for it. Miles, no, he punts it instead. They're going to pin him deep in their own territory, hopefully, but no. It bounces out and into the end zone. So they tried to pin Chatard deep. It didn't work. It'll bring the ball forward to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Trojans take over. And, man, that is hard. That's tough bounce there.
Yeah, just a play that you're trying to pin them deep, but again, the ball comes out to the 20. If they go for it, they don't get it. Maybe the ball's at the 49 as opposed to the 20. So still a positive play, still a smart play, a smart play call. So let's just see what the defense can do in this situation now.
They're back in it, 1st and 10 on their own 20. The Trojans, Artiega, and then a flag flies.
Yep, it looks like
offsides by Knox.
Yep. Knox jumped a little bit, got a little too anxious, but so now we're going to look at 1st and 5 from the 25.
Score update from Max 98.3 FM. Doug Griffiths, 14-12 at half. The Adams Central Jets lead the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays. As you can catch that game on 98.3 FM, max983.net. We invite you to flip back and forth for all the action. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, deep pass down the left sideline. And he almost came up with it. Jaden Strong, great defensive effort by the senior for the Knox Redskins. Their intended target, it looked like that was number 7. Number 7, Roman Barraza, deep down the left sideline, Coach.
Yeah, he had a step. Ball was perfectly placed, but the Knox defender there just makes a terrific play there at the last second to break that up. It looked like that was going to go the distance, but he closed on it good and made a good play on getting the hand on the ball.
2nd and 5. Off the deep pass play. Artiega takes the snap, hands off to Riley Kinnett. He breaks a tackle, and he's finally brought down by Miles McLaughlin. So that was Riley Kinnett, the senior. He had some great runs early on in the game. It looks like the Redskins have settled down. They're paying more attention there on that D-line.
Yeah, a few missed tackles there that you can't give them a second opportunity, but they were able to close the gap. He tried to cut back in. Miles was right there to make the tackle, so puts him in a 3rd and short situation. Knox defense really got to come up big here, make them punt this football.
Artiega takes the snap from shotgun, hands off to Riley Kinnett, finds the hole, breaks away to the 35 to the 40, now to the 45 to the 50, now to the 45 to the 40, to the 35 to the 30, to the 25 to the 20, to 15, 10, 5. It's a Bishop Chatard Trojan touchdown, Riley Kinnett. 27-0 here as, man, that is tough to watch. And, Coach, you say you may have saw holding there.
Oh, it was big time in the middle of the field, right in front of the umpire there. I'm arguing that call all day long. It looked like, he had his hands on the outside. The kid goes to turn to make a play, and the kid just drags him down to the ground. It's a big-time hold, but obviously there was a breakdown in the defense there. One kid's not going to make every play, but I think they might have missed a hold big time on that big-time play that cost Knox another 7 points.
The timeout on the field. Justin, let's bring you in. What'd you see there, man?
I can tell you what, number 2, Connect, he does not look easy to tackle. They've been having trouble getting him to the ground before that long touchdown run. And like you said, Coach, he does have a cast on his right hand. But that is not slowing him down. That's not stopping him. The man is just, he's just hard to tackle.
Yeah, he is hard to tackle, and he's not really tall, so he's short and quick.
No, he's not. Yeah.
5'7", 165, and once he bursts through that hole, it's hard to grab a hold of him.
Sure is.
Well, the Trojans take a 28-0 lead. I think head coach Rob Doyle wouldn't mind talking to you all at half, Justin, for that big-time lead. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
So the Trojans will be set to kick this one away deep to return our Camden Garner and Jake Conroy. The Redskins haven't faced anything quite like this all season, and this is a test. This is a test. How is your character going to shine through? Are you going to fold? Are you going to let this happen and let them walk all over you and give up? Or are you going to keep fighting and come after them with everything they've got? That's the question, and that's what we're waiting to see from the Knox Redskins here. We want to see a little juice from them, get them fired up. It's time for the Redskins to put points on the board. They're down 28-0 with 4:14 to go. The kick is high, arcing back to the 10-yard line. Camden Garner through his hands, picks it up at the 10, over to the right side of the field, and he's going to be brought down deep in their own territory at the 5 or 6 yard line. Things just could not get any worse. It's not looking good here in the first half for the Knox Redskins, a first half that I'm sure they would like to forget.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where Coach Radke just needs to get his guys together, just pull them out and just say, listen, we're not going away. We're not going to leave. We're not losing. We're losing a football game. We have got to just recompose and just get back to doing what we do. Stop worrying about what just happened and worry about what's about to happen.
1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line. It's Rowan Jordan handing off, breaking away. That looked like it might have been Connor Winzak. I'm not sure. We'll wait to see the number on his jersey as he's brought down. Huge No, that was Miles. Miles McLaughlin. Yep. Yeah, Miles McLaughlin. A huge first down run as they move the chains and get a first down here. 1st and 10. It'll be spotted on their own 22. And the Chatard Trojans going with a 4-man front, it looks like. No, they're going back to that 3-man front there, Coach.
Yeah, but I think you're going to see 91 walking down, 0 walking down, just to kind of throw things off. Traditional 4-man front here.
As they take the snap and hand off the left side, nothing there. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that those 3 down linemen they got in 65, 56, 99, they're controlling the line of scrimmage so well that they don't have to get put another guy in there. They're backing up at linebacker, letting him scrape over to the gap, trying to take away those 10, 12-yard gains and saying our front 3 are better than your front 5. Mm-hmm. And right now they're proving that working to be true. So and changing your front on your offensive line it is challenging because they have to now readjust what they were just told to do on the sideline because it's different from what they were looking at. So now they got a timeout to discuss it, and I know they're going to make a change, and I think Knox is going to come out of this timeout with a big-time play.
Yeah, timeout on the field as we thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Hey, Mark's Body Shop in Knox is also proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Mark told me they are hiring. Get your applications ready and turned in for consideration at Mark's Body Shop in Knox. So out of the timeout, the Knox Redskins are on their own 20. It's 2nd and 11 with 3:26 to go. The Bishop Chatard Trojans have put 28 points on the board in this first half, as the Redskins are trying to make something happen here to end the first half. Of course, Bishop Chatard will get it to start the third since the Knox Redskins received first. As here from shotgun, Miles McLaughlin hands off to Jake Conroy up the right side, and he is not going to get much. Maybe a few on the carry, Coach.
Yeah, and Bishop Chatard calling timeouts to trying to get another drive before the time runs out. Running down in the second quarter here at 3:20. It just looks like Chatard's trying to get this ball back. Knox has got to get a first down. They got to keep Bishop Chatard's offense off the field. They cannot afford to give up another score, or you're looking at a running clock to start the second half, and it's virtually impossible to make that comeback at that point. So Knox has got to get this first down. They got to keep Bishop Chatard off the field.
The Stark County Co-op would like to congratulate the Knox Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays on becoming regional champions. The Stark County Co-op is proud to support local high school sports and congratulates both the Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays for representing Stark County so well. Affordable Insurance of Knox would like to congratulate the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history and wish them good luck tonight at Semi-State. Affordable Insurance of Knox provides superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs with award-winning service and great prices. They give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. 3rd and 8, ball on their own 24-yard line. 3:20 to go out of the timeout. Bishop Chatard has burned 2 of their 3 here in the first half. The Redskins have burned 1. From shotgun, it's Miles McLaughlin. He takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires over to the left side. Overthrown his intended target, Jake Conroy, a little high on that throw, Coach.
Yeah, just a little high. The play was there. Just got to make a better throw. You got to snap your wrist down. Again, not a kid that throws the ball very often. So when you get the opportunity and you get an open receiver down the field, you have got to convert it, and you've got to keep moving these chains, because now we're going to punt the ball back to Chatard. We're going to give their offense about 3 minutes on the clock to try to get back in the end zone. So a big gut check time for Knox, and let's just see what comes out of it. A good punt here, though.
Clean away, and it reaches the other side of the field. It's picked up by the Chatard Trojans. He crosses the 50, now to the 45 to the 40 to the 35 to the 30, and he's finally brought down at the 20 or the 30. Well, near the 26-yard line, Coach. My goodness, a huge return. Did you see the number of who that was, Justin?
I did not.
Number 5.
He was too quick. He was too quick, Mitch.
Yeah, Tim Knowlton just told me number 5, Jack Stedham, the senior. Huge return. It's spotted at the 29-yard line, So this will be 1st and 10. The Trojans have had amazing field position each time. They haven't had to start deep in their own territory like the Redskins have, Coach.
Yep, and that's a big game changer. When you're looking at positive on the positive side of the field every series, your play calling, it just comes natural. When you're behind, when you're looking at 3rd and 10, you've got to dig deep. But Bishop Chatard just has had great field position. They've never been behind the sticks, and it's just not we're not challenging them enough, I don't think.
Big time run by Jack Waybright as they are in the red zone now on the first down. The next play was a pass out to number 7, Roman Barraza, inching closer in the red zone, as this red zone appearance is sponsored by Affordable Insurance of Knox, providing superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs. With award-winning service and great prices, they give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. 2nd and 4, ball on the Redskins 10. The Trojans are trying to score again. Lobbed pass deep into the right side of the end zone. Intended target was number 1, Colin Guy, but it is no good. Overthrew, as he just trusted that his receiver was going to go up and get that, Coach.
Yeah, just throw it to the back of the end zone. Let your guy make a play. You got a free play there. It's 2nd and 5 from the 10. So now you're looking at 3rd and 5. 2:42 to go in the game. Just a free play, a nice play call. Let your kid make a play, and just didn't happen.
Artiega from shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Hands off up the middle, still fighting his way forward all the way to about the 5-yard line, and the Trojans are knocking on the door, ladies and gentlemen. It's just been all Bishop Chatard here in this first half. If you're a Bishop Chatard fan, you're tickled pink. If you're a Knox Redskin fan, you're sick to your stomach. It's hard to watch. My goodness, they are going to put more points on the board if the Redskins don't stop them here deep in their own territory. Ball spotted on the Redskins 5. It's 1st and 5. 1st and goal. Handoff up the right side, trying to get the touchdown. He gets an extra push, and he does. Aiden Artiega, the senior, gets in there and scores. Or no, that was number 23, Jack Waybright. Or 26, thank you. Their jerseys are hard to read tonight. Daniel Shaw, the junior, on the touchdown. So another 6 points to add to the board for the Bishop Chatard Trojans as they're trying to get to Lucas Oil next week in this half. The snap, the hold, the kick, a high kick, man. Great kick. It goes through the uprights, and that makes it 35-0 here in the first half. As, man, I didn't quite see it going down this way in the first half, to be quite honest with you. I knew Bishop Chatard was going to have some points on the board, but I assumed the Redskins would as well.
Yeah, just not a good half so far. Again, nothing that Knox is doing incorrectly. They just can't get anything going offensively. Their scheme now comes into effect. You got 2:21 to go in the first half. You have to score to keep yourself in the game. What answer does Russ Radke have? Does he come out in his traditional offense that they haven't been able to get anything going, or does he change something? Does he have something else in his arsenal that he put in just in case he needed it for a final drive situation in this game? And we'll see when they come out here. They were able to return the last 2 kicks. So let's see if this kid puts it in the end zone or if he gives them a chance to return. Not bad field position the last time they were able to return it. So I think we're going to see him just kick it through the back of the end zone again and make them go the distance. But yeah, Knox is just not in a good situation in this football game. If they want to make something happen, it's got to happen right now.
Set to kick.
This kicker's pretty good, Coach.
Jasper Chapman. Booming kick. They're going to let Jake Conroy return this from the 10-yard line. Crosses the 20, and that's where he's brought down immediately. As Bremen and Bailey Funeral Home of both North Judson and Bremen and Son Memorial Chapel of Knox would like to congratulate the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays and the Knox Redskins on their regional wins and wish them the best of luck tonight in their semi-state championship games. Contact them for all your needs as you deal with life's unexpected challenges during difficult times, and they will make the unfortunate experience easier. 1st and 10 for the Redskins on their own 22, trying to put something together here for the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds. 35-0, the Bishop Chatard Trojans lead. And here's Rowan Jordan from shotgun. Takes the snap, pulls the handoff. Nice little option play up the right side. Jake Conroy, and he gets knocked out of bounds near the 31-yard line. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Enough for a first down. Moves the chains. Should move the chains.
Yeah, we were waiting.
Maybe not. 2nd and 1, I guess.
Close.
But,
so a 9-yard run there. That was close.
Must have stepped out of bounds before I saw him over there. But, yeah, I mean, big-time play. It looks like I really like the look that they're giving our slot receiver here on the close side. So we'll see what the Radkeys can put together to see that mismatch that they got.
Looks like that was Miles McLaughlin fighting up the left side and nothing there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. As we're under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. With Bishop Chatard leading this big, I can only imagine they want to keep the pressure applied firmly. They don't want to let the Knox Redskins get going. As here we go, 3rd and 1 for the Redskins. It's Miles McLaughlin from shotgun. He does. Fakes the handoff, trying to find the hole up the left side, and he's brought down at the 33. And that's where he's tackled. Is it enough to move the chains? It is. So the Redskins will get the first down as they move the chains here with that clock continuing to run, coming up on 1 minute to go here in the first half. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin on his own 33. 1st and 10, takes the snap, and pitches out. It's an option. Jake Conroy spins around, trying to make something happen, and brought down at the 34. So maybe a yard gained. Man, that defensive effort by Bishop Chatard, they fly around the edge, and they're able to make things happen.
Yeah, they went back to the play that they did on 1st down that they got a big gain on. They went back to it, came the opposite side. Puts them in a 2nd and 9 situation. Clock is running. I would like to see a shot down the field here, just to see if they can make that happen.
Jordan from shotgun takes a snap, hands off to Miles, maybe a yard or two on the carry. 35, maybe the 36-yard line with 20 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see if they run one more play or just let the clock run out here. It looks like they may try to get one more in. Well, I don't know. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, they are. They're going to try one more play here. We'll see what happens. Under 5 seconds. McLaughlin takes the snap. Fighting up the middle. Crosses the 40. Now to the 45. Little stiff arm. And he's finally brought down at the 46-yard line. And that will be the end of the first half. We'll stand by to see if our sideline reporter Justin Ruff is able to get a word with head coach Rob Doyle. Can you hear me, Justin?
I can. I'm trying to position myself for a good interview here.
Yeah, I can't find you, so I'm just going to have to talk with you through this
should I jump up and down, Mitch?
Not quite yet. We will await to see if Justin Ruff is able to get a word with Rob Doyle of the Bishop Chatard Trojans here. As you can hear the Trojans running by Justin right now. Yeah, you're far over there, Justin. It's hard for me to see. My apologies for not being ready for you.
Oh, you're good.
So we'll see if Rob Doyle has some time for us. We'll catch a word from him, and then we'll catch a word from head coach Russ Radke of the Knox Redskins on the way back out from halftime. As it's interesting, Coach, both teams have to use the same exit.
Yeah, it's always
to
interesting
go to the
when that
locker
happens,
rooms.
and a lot of it sounds like a lot of not back and forth, but a lot of just loud voices, just so the other team can hear you. Chatter going on. But, yeah, I never like the setup where both teams have to use the same entrance, the same exit, because, do you cut them off? Do you be respectful? What do you got to do? I want to get to the locker room. I got some changes to make. So, it's just one of those situations where you hold back or do you go in front of them. And anytime you get a crowd that big together, you never know what's said.
Yeah. Let's go down to the sideline with Justin Ruff, head coach of Bishop Chatard, Rob Doyle. Justin.
Hi, Coach. Hey, looks like your team's rolling pretty good here in this first half. What are the adjustments you're telling your team at halftime?
Well, we're just going to keep playing physical football. That works for us. That's our formula every week, and seems to be working pretty well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like the whole community's here supporting you guys and your team. The momentum is tremendous. Are you guys going to be able to keep that up?
I think so. The kids, they're playing for the banner, Wish TV8, and we're in the final two. And we have a great student section, great community here. They always support us. So
hey, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
All right, that's our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff, down on the field, getting a word with head coach of the Bishop Chatard Trojans, Rob Doyle. We'll try to get a word with head coach Russ Radke on the way back out of halftime, as we're going to take a break and come back for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show for sports analyst Buzz Schoaf and sideline reporter Justin Ruff. I'm Mitch Columbi. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Here's Mitch Columbi.
35-0 here at Bishop Chatard High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We've got a special guest up here in the booth with sports analyst Buzz Schoaf and myself. It's athletic director Neil Minix of the Knox Redskins. I appreciate your time, Neil. Tough first half for the Knox Redskins, but I got to say, Redskin Nation showed up in full force tonight.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks for having me on here. Yes, crowd looks great. We got a lot of people here. You know, our town's probably a little bare right now, I would say. But, you know, they come out to support the kids. The kids, you know, another half to go here. The first half, you know, like you said, definitely didn't go the way we would have hoped. But there's another half of football. I can guarantee our kids won't quit. So, you know, we'll give it all we got that second half. But like you said, it's nice to see everybody here supporting, and so far up to this game, you know, we've had just a tremendous season. Yeah, well, and we've been hearing the stomping. We hear Redskin Nation cheering the Redskins on, and let's let the listeners know it's packed. From you look to the left in the stands, you look to the right. You're right. The entire city of Knox is here supporting them, making the drive. It isn't easy to get here. It took over 2 hours. How was the drive for you? Yeah, like you said, a little long, but we made it, and you know, it is. It's shoulder to shoulder in the stands. It's standing room only down along the fence. So yeah, they took time out of their Friday night to show support for the team, and we really appreciate that. And you know, and the boys deserve it. And you know, they've just had a so up to this point, you know, tremendous season, and you know, we got another half to go to see if we can continue it. But just proud of, you know, that's what we coming into tonight. Even last week, you know, up to that point, just let them know we're so proud of them. But you know, his job's not done, and they're, like I said, we'll give everything that we got the second half. Well, and one thing that I find interesting from talking with you in the past is you were a Knox Redskin, of course. You played on the football team along with Miles McLaughlin's dad, Josh. I think that's such a cool story about you two. Yeah, it's pretty neat, and we had a pep rally Tuesday, and they wanted some former players to talk and stuff, and so that was what I said. I had the privilege of blocking for the second best McLaughlin ever to play at Knox. So Miles got a kick out of that, and you know, yeah, Josh was a great running back, and Miles is as well. He's had such a great season, and then the community not just come tonight. They've been great. We've had you know, calls, and every day I'll have an email or a call or a text of what can we do to help. We want to provide meals and you know, the bus to get down here, and just anything. You know, I've had several reach out. Anything you need, let us know. And I want, you know, everyone, thank you whoever contributed and reached out, and we really appreciate it, and the team appreciates it as well. That's just the great thing about small communities. It's like a family. Everyone knows everyone. It is, and watching today, they escorted us out of town to come here, and it was neat seeing everybody up along 35 watching the bus leave, and you know, the boys probably like seeing all that support, and yeah, they deserve it. They've well, it's not over. It's not over yet. Nope. There's a lot of, and we've seen the Redskins score 35 points really fast. Right. So this game isn't over. There's a lot of time left. Neil, I appreciate you coming up and talking with us. There's a lot of sports going on. We're starting in the winter here, so we're going to be seeing you soon. The night before Thanksgiving, of course, it'll just be the girls' game between the Knox Lady Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Lady Blue Jays in the nest. Correct. You going to be there? Yeah, I'll be there. Yes, I'll be there. It's a tradition for Knox and North Judson. Absolutely. That's one of the fun things about Thanksgiving is that game for sure. I'll definitely be there, and should be a good one. And you know, just continue to. I'll see you guys out around, and we really appreciate your guys' support as well. Oh, absolutely. Neil Minix, we appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll see you Wednesday. Thanks, Mitch. Sounds good. All right, that's Athletic Director Neil Minix of the Knox Redskins. We appreciate his time as coach. It was a tough first half for the Knox Redskins. Nothing, I'm sure, head coach Russ Radke hasn't ever dealt with before. What are you talking to your guys at halftime about? Well, you know, I think that at this moment, you know, you reiterate the idea or the mindset that, you know, you're a good football team.
and what you do and how you got here is where we're going to just dig our heels in. We have 24 minutes left of a football game. You're down 35. There's nothing you can do about that now. But what are you going to do coming out? Bishop Chatard's going to get the ball coming out of the second half. Challenge your team. Get a stop. They have not been able to stop them yet. So if they're able to get a stop on this opening drive, your pride has got to take over at some point. With down 35 at the start of the second half, the clock is going to continuously run. There's no way that they can stop it. Other than to score. So you've got to score fast, and you got a long way to go, and not very long to get there. So I think he's in the locker room right now. Just tell him, hey, listen, we're not giving up on you. Don't give up on me.
Yeah.
And we're gonna come out and we're just gonna continue to go with the game plan and just give us time and just let us coach you the way you've been coached. And I think that no coach has ever not been down 35-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
You coach long enough. You've been in this situation. You've looked at those kids before, and all you really do is you just beg them, do not give up on me. Don't go out there and just lay an egg, because it's going to get a lot worse if you do. So he's just in there. He's just bumping their confidence up, and it's Russ Radke. He's done this for a long, long time.
Yeah.
He has not changed in 47 years. He's not going to change today. So,
yeah, well, we have a score update I wanted to share with us as well. Justin, if you're listening, a score update. The last score update we had from the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays football team was 14-12. Adams Central was leading at that time. Unfortunately, since then, Adams Central has scored twice. It is now 27-12 here in the third quarter. You can catch that game on Max 98.3 FM and Max983.net. As we always say, we invite you to flip back and forth as KVB's WKVI and WYMR. That's Max 98.3 FM. Will always have you covered for local high school sports in your area. Justin, you had a chance to talk with Rob Doyle, head coach of the Bishop Chatard Trojans. He was confident in that pregame interview. From us, it sounded like he was still confident. What was the body language like from him that you were receiving?
Absolutely. He's still confident. He believes in his team. So, if you believe in your team, you got to be confident. And I kind of got swallowed up by the whole community yelling and supporting their Trojans, and they're really pumped up about that first half, and they should be.
Yeah, they should. And to be honest with you, they are on their home field. I think that honestly plays a little bit into it. If Bishop had to drive up to Knox, that would have been their 2-hour drive they had to have dealt with. And, it's not that long of a drive, but when you haven't done it very often throughout the season, it can be a factor. It's a little colder. They're playing on turf, where the Redskins have only played on turf, one other time, or was it last week as well in West Lafayette? I'm not sure if it's turf. No, it's not a turf in West Lafayette, but it was at McConaughey week 2, and that's where head coach Russ Radke said after that game in the Saturday Sports Line that was a big thing that the Knox Redskins needed to have experience on turf. They got the win over McConaughey in week 2. Now here they are on turf at Bishop Chatard. It's just tough right now, 35-0, as this is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660, serving the local area since 1936. We're taking a break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Are Arctic Air of Knox congratulates the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history. Arctic Air wishes the Redskins good luck tonight at Semi-State. Call 574-806-4804 and ask for Donald. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues 35-0. The Bishop Chatard Trojans lead the Knox Redskins, as tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Second half action coming your way. You're listening to the best, KVB's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack and their support toward helping continue the tradition. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. Halftime coming to a close, as we remind those listening to stop by Papa Farm Pizza after the game for fresh ingredients that separates their pizza from any others. That's Papa Farm Pizza, downtown Knox. Call 574-772-5888 to place your order now. Looks like the Knox Redskins are out of the halftime break. We will await to see if Justin Ruff can get a word with head coach Russ Radke. I've lost you, Justin. Where are you, buddy?
Trying to find coach here. Got sucked in again.
Well, if you need to let him get out onto the field, that's fine. You don't need to hover over him right there. You let him have some space. You don't need to bother him. He may not want to talk to you. We told him at the beginning of the game, if he doesn't want to talk to you, feel free to wave you off. You wouldn't take offense to it. So we'll see if head coach Russ Radke has a moment to speak with Justin Ruff, as there he is down on the sidelines. And I don't think he's going to have time for Justin this evening. So we'll see if we can catch a word with him post-game. As, hey, it's understandable, 35-0. There's not much to say. The Redskins are trying to make things happen. Head coach Russ Radke wants to turn this around. When you're down 35 points, it's a lot of work to do, Coach. It's a lot of work you have to do.
Yeah, You come out at halftime and you don't have a whole lot of positive things to say. It's better just to not say anything other than to get upset and just rile yourself up. So, Russ has got a plan. He's got a plan. He knows how to maneuver this. He knows how to get out of this, and he knows that he's got the team that he wants, and he got these kids here. These kids got him back here. So they both got each other's backs, and they're going to fight till the finish, and they're going to continue to do what they've done all season long.
Well, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. Stop by and discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. We appreciate them and their support toward continuing the tradition. Finally, tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by NEPCO Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call my good friend Joe Snep at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Coming out of the halftime break, if you're Bishop Chatard, Coach, you're up 35 points. What are you telling your guys at the halftime?
No, just continue to do what you've done the whole first half. I mean, Knox hasn't done anything to change their game plan, so just continue with that game plan. I mean, offensively they've maybe ran, I don't know, 20 plays, and came out with 5 scores. So, things are going very, very well for them. Defensively, Knox has not been able to get a whole lot going. A couple first downs here and there, maybe just a handful, 4 or 5. So they're playing as good as a game as you could possibly play at this stage. So I think that they're just going to continue. There's no reason for them to change at this point. They know that Knox has got to show them something in order for them to change. They know that the clock is going to continue to run. They know that that's going to be against Knox as well. So I think that they're just going to come out and just say, all right, make us change something.
Yeah, make us change. Make us do something that we aren't comfortable doing, because right now we're pretty comfortable.
Right, exactly.
We're very comfortable. We're on our home turf. We feel pretty confident here for the first half. And interesting, they stayed in the locker room longer than the Knox Redskins, where you'd think you're up 35 points. They're probably out here pretty quick. They had a chat in there. It sounds like head coach Rob Doyle had a serious chat with them.
Yeah, because again, this is a semi-state game. You don't want your kids coming out overly confident either.
Right.
35 points is a lot of points to come back by, but you've still got 24 minutes to play football. And he probably just went in there and told his kids, keep doing what you're doing, but don't ever underestimate what could happen next. You don't want to give them any sense of success at this point.
Set to kick is Jake Conroy to the Bishop Chatard Trojans as they'll start with the ball in the third quarter. We're underway here in the third from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's brought back to the 20, now to the 25. Broke a couple of tackles, and he's finally brought down by a Redskin, number 62. Big-time tackle. Gage Craig, that's a tongue twister, as that was a nice return for the Bishop Chatard Trojans, and they'll start their third quarter on their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for them. Shotgun trips to the right for Aiden Artiega. Takes the snap. Hands off to Knet up the middle, and he gets maybe a couple on the carry. As we've talked about Riley Knet, the senior running back, 5'7", 165. Once he breaks through that hole, he's slippery. He's hard to bring down. He's very fast.
Yeah, a big time back that hits the hole hard, and Bishop Chatard just opening up gaps and just being able to run this football all night long.
Next play, hand off to Knet. He's wrapped up immediately by a Redskin, and he doesn't get anything on that play.
Yeah, that's a big-time play. The Knox defensive line just sniffed it out and controlled it there. 44 just coming in, just making a play. I think that's the first time all night long where the first Knox Redskin on the tackle was able to secure the tackle and not give extra yards on contact.
3rd and 7 in their own territory. This is probably not the best field position that the Chatard Trojans have had as they throw out to the left side, incomplete to their intended target, Colin Guy. This is the first time they've had a 4th down, I think, tonight, Coach.
Yep, I mean, like I said, Knox has got to come out. They got to get a stop on this first drive. Now you're forcing Bishop Chatard to punt for the first time all game long, and now you're showing that you have not given up. Now we need a big return, get on the positive side of the field, and just return back to them what they did to you the whole first half.
So set to punt this one away is number 10 for the Trojans, Sam Freeney, and then Laundry on the field. We'll see what the flag is for.
It looks like we're going to have too many men. I haven't counted them, but it looks like there's a significant amount of people in white jerseys out there.
12, yep. They had 12.
Timeout, Knox. But we got a timeout first, so it doesn't look like the penalty is going to count against us.
Interesting. So the Redskins called timeout just in time. Very interesting, Justin. Did you see that?
I did not. I was making my way over across the field, the Bishop's side. But what I did hear on my way over here, Knox, just their coaches screaming, just play football, do what we know. So, they're trying to motivate them. I'm sure this first possession here, they went over in halftime how key and important this is to get on the right track.
9:27 to go here in the third quarter. The Trojans lead 35-0. It's 4th and 7 here on their own 30. They're set to punt this one away. The snap, the hold, the punt is clean away. A high arcing punt back on the other side of the field. Bounces at the 45 and all the way out of bounds around the 38, 39-yard line, and that's where the Redskins will take over. This might be one of the better field positions that they've had all game, guys.
Yeah, I mean, they've crossed the 50 twice now, but to start off a drive, right here at the 39, and again, force them to punt. I mean, that's a good opening statement by the defense. Again, a very, very important down of series there. So let's just see if the offense can get what they do going here.
1st and 10. Miles McLaughlin takes the snap from shotgun, hands off to Jake Conroy up the middle. And my goodness, several Trojans bring him down hastily after the play was dead. The whistles from the officials here. So it looks like 3 on the carry for the Redskins as this brings up 2nd and 7. Ball spotted on their own 42nd yard line. So here come the Redskins trying to make something happen. Miles McLaughlin, who's taken most of the snaps tonight, from shotgun, takes the snap, keeps it himself up the middle, trying to find space, and he's brought down at about the 44, the 45-yard line. So maybe 3 on the carry, 2 or 3, if that. This will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 situation here. Again, you're where you want to be. Again, get this down to 4th and 1 if you can't get the first down, but you're definitely going to look at probably a 4th and short. You just can't have anything negative here. You've got to continue moving forward.
3rd and 5 for the Redskins. It's McLaughlin from shotgun. He takes the snap, takes the handoff, rolling around the left side of the edge. He crosses the 50, now to the 45, to the 40, bulldozes over a Trojan, and he's finally brought down to the 31. Miles McLaughlin is trying to bring the juice. He's trying to show his teammates that he's here, and he's trying to get them to rally behind him, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, that, lowering the boom there at the end of that play. Stepped out of bounds, it looks like, at the 38, but lowering the shoulder and just saying, you know what, it's easy for me to step out of bounds, but I'm going to lower the shoulder, and I'm going to tell my team that I'm still the same guy that's been with us all season long.
Yeah, absolutely. 1st and 10, ball on the Trojans, 38 off the huge run from Miles McLaughlin. Next play, it's Rowan Jordan taking the snap, handing off to Jake Conroy up the middle to the 35, and that's where he's brought down. So maybe a couple on the play. No, yeah, 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 here, and right away back up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you got to hurry. If you want to get back in the football game, the clock is against you at this point. You've got to continue to move.
Let's see. From shotgun, Rowan Jordan fakes the handoff up the middle himself, and he gets tackled at the 30. So a 5-yard gain here brings up 3rd and maybe 1, 3rd and short. So that clock continues to roll, under 6 minutes to go here. The Trojans lead 35-0. The Knox Redskins are hoping to get in the red zone here shortly as it's 3rd and 2. Ball spotted on the Trojans 30. It's Miles McLaughlin from shotgun. He's got twins to the right. Takes the snap. He's going to roll up the middle himself, trying to get the first down. Does he have it?
Got the first down. We're going to move the chains.
He does. So they move the chains and get the first down. Enough for a Knox Redskin first down here. And that spots it at the Trojans' 27. The Redskins have not been in the red zone yet tonight. And here we are in the third quarter with 5:13 to go. If I said that in week 3, you'd laugh at me. takes the snap from shotgun. Rowan Jordan hands off to the left side. It's Jake Conroy trying to fight his way through that hole, Coach. It's like they're there for the split second, and then right when he runs through the hole, everything just collapses.
Yeah, he's pulling offensive linemen around. He's getting to their backside. He's letting them lead through. They're just not getting through. So what's holding him up is the offensive line pulling through. There's just nothing for them to get through to, and it's making him stop his feet. The defensive line just playing lights out right now. Getting him to stop his feet in the hole is key. Because anytime we see him being able to run right through that hole, like for instance right there, they're getting 6-7 yards. But if he stops his feet, okay, then we're looking at a no gain or a gain of 1.
Yeah, several yards gained by Miles McLaughlin as that gets them into the red zone. For this red zone appearance is sponsored by Affordable Insurance of Knox, providing superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs. With award-winning service and great prices, they give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. 3rd and 2 on the 19-yard line. Miles McLaughlin tries to get the first down. Does he get it? Tackled near the 16-yard line. It's going to be so close, guys.
I don't think he got it, Mitch.
Man.
Yep, I don't think he got it. It's close.
Oh, they are. They
did give it to him.
They are giving it to him. So, yeah, good for them.
It was really close from where I was standing.
Yeah, I see on the far side of the field on Bishop Chatard's side as it's 1st and 10 on the Trojan 17. The Knox Redskins are trying to make something happen as Rowan Jordan takes the snap, fakes. Oh, he does hand off to Jake Conroy up the middle, and he can't get anything. He's tackled near the 15-yard line, maybe a yard or two on the play.
Yeah, just a stymie defense right now. But Knox is methodically moving down the field. Exactly what we wanted to see from the very beginning of this football game. It's just at this point in time, you've got to get to the end zone. Time is of the essence right now. And those 2-yard gains, although positive, just not what you need at this point in time.
2nd and 8. Miles McLaughlin breaks through, and he gets tackled at the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. What a huge run for Miles McLaughlin, Justin.
Absolutely. This is what they've been wanting to do the whole game, my coach said. And I guarantee you that's what they said in halftime. We got to force them to punt the ball, which they did. Then we have to get in the end zone. We have to. And they're getting closer and closer, inches away to get their first touchdown.
1st and goal for the Redskins. Miles McLaughlin takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, and he's going to get the touchdown. Touchdown, Redskins. Miles McLaughlin puts 6 points on the board. The Redskins aren't dying yet.
No, that's the type of drive. That's a type of drive that they needed. They absolutely needed that at that point in time. Clock still runs, though, through the extra point. But with Knox being able to go for 2, trusting his team to get 3 yards every time they line up, they have the opportunity here to get this back to close and at least make Bishop Knoll or Bishop Chatard a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, so that makes it 35-6. The Redskins are going for 2 as they have all year long. It's Rowan Jordan at shotgun with Jake Conroy to his left. Fakes the handoff, pulls it himself up the middle, and he is going to get the 2-point conversion. 35-8. The Knox Redskins are making noise here as Redskin Nation is on their feet clapping for their team right now. Very excited to get points on the board. It took all the way to 1:23 to go in the third, but they make it happen.
Let me ask you this, Coach. Coach, if Knox force another punt, can they continue to run the ball like they've been doing this last possession, or are they forced to throw it more?
Well, I think that you have to be able to stop this clock, and they just can't. They got 2 timeouts that stop the clock, but that's all they got. Even if you run out of bounds, the clock doesn't stop. The clock only stops at this point in time when you're getting ready to kick off. So at some point, you can't. You've got to go something else. That drive right there took a total of 10 minutes. So you just don't have that kind of time to score 3 more times. So at some point, they're going to have to start taking some shots down the field, I think.
Yeah, it's gotten a little colder out there, Justin. I'm checking the radar. It's 44 degrees right here at Bishop Chatard High School, so it's dipped down below 45. A little chillier out here on the turf. As set to kick is Jake Conroy, and deep to return. They're expecting an onside kick here, Bishop Chatard is, as most of their players are really up on the 50-yard line. Only one is deep to return for the Trojans, as here's Jake Conroy set to kick. And he does. He kicks it back to about the 15, and it skips all the way back to the 5-yard line. And the Chatard Trojans are just going to pounce on this at the 6-yard line. That was number 26, Daniel Shaw. So this is the deepest in their own territory Bishop Chatard has been all night long, Coach.
Yeah, you're going to get a steady dose of run here. There's no reason for them to put the ball in the air unless they're confident. Maybe some short, very, very high percentage throws, a slant, a hitch, a deep out, something like that. But you're going to get a steady dose of run. So got to force them to punt again, get your offense the ball, drive down the field, get a big play.
1st and 10, deep in their own territory. Arteaga hands off. It's Riley Kinnett up the left side around the edge. He's fighting his way forward, still on his feet, and he's finally brought down near the 20-yard line. My goodness, Justin, he is fast.
He is not slow, Mitch. He is not slow. Holy cow, he's got some wheels.
He has got some serious wheels. As first thing that comes to mind is Connor Winzak. We've seen Connor Winzak of the Knox Redskins have breakaway runs like that in the past. As this Riley Kinnett is something special for the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Like we talked in the Coca-Cola pregame show, Coach, last week, the Bishop Chatard Trojans had 28 rushing attempts. They had 28 passing attempts, a very even-keeled offensive attack, as that's the end of the third quarter. 35-8, the Bishop Chatard Trojans lead the Knox Redskins. We're going to take a break with them and come back. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
Back at Alumni Field, Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Buzz Schoaf and Justin Ruff. We go to the fourth quarter. 35-8 as the Bishop Chatard Trojans lead the Knox Redskins. We are back in action right away as it's a throw play, a nice little incomplete pass is what they're calling it. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. No, 2nd and 2. It was a completed pass to number 8, Henry Borg, the senior for Chatard, as that's an 8-yard pass play by Aiden Arteaga. He's at shotgun for 2nd and 2. On their own 27, a handoff up the left side, crosses the 40, now to the 45 to the 50, still on his feet. And he's still on his feet before he's finally knocked out of bounds. On the other side of the field, a huge run by number 26 of the Bishop Chatard Trojans, Daniel Shaw, the junior coach. My goodness.
Yeah, they a typical pin and pull there. They pin everybody down. They pull that wing around, and when 27 pulled around from his wing spot, there was just nobody for him to even block. So that was a big play from the beginning, and 26 making a nice run to flip this field back around, and Knox has got to get the football back.
Next play, Arteaga steps back, and he gets big-time hit by number 45 of the Knox Redskins. Caleb Schwant planted a big boy on Aiden Arteaga. He's going to feel that one in the morning.
Yeah, it looked like they subbed out their left tackle here. And now the number 2 guy just missed assignment, but now you got your quarterback sitting back there trying to throw the football, getting teed off on in the back.
Yeah, literally.
Backfield.
2nd and 10. Ball on the Redskins 37. Coming up on 10 minutes to go. Arteaga hands off up the middle. Breaks a tackle, breaks another. Still on his feet. Miles McLaughlin trying to drag him down. But Daniel Shaw, he's hard to bring down, Coach.
Yeah, you look at number 2, their starting tailback. He's a difficult kid to bring down. Now they bring in the junior running back, the kid who probably carry the ball the majority of the time next season, and they don't even look like they miss a beat.
Yeah.
They got it just one kid after another, and it's just so hard to continue getting beat down like this.
1st and 10 on the 23-yard line of Knox Redskin territory. Handoff to guess who? Daniel Shaw breaks away to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Trojans. As Daniel Shaw makes it look easy here. 6 more points to add to the board. It's 41-8. That clock continues to tick, Coach.
Yeah, there's just, that's just, obviously, Knox getting a little wore out here in the end of the game, being down by so many points. But, the kind of the tail of the tape here is that, Knox has got a few two-way players going both ways. Not a whole lot of substitutions going on. Bishop Chatard's bringing a fresh 11 in every single series. Defense, offense, special teams, they're all different kids, whereas the Knox kids got to play the entire football game.
Yeah.
And at some point, that starts to wear on you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 42-8 now off the extra point, as that was a big-time run all the way from the 23-yard line. They didn't even get into the red zone. They just took the play and ran right up the middle, and a big-time touchdown for Daniel Shaw on the Bishop Chatard Trojans. I think they're feeling pretty confident about their trip to Lucas Oil next week. What do you think, Justin?
I mean, absolutely. I think they felt that way before they came in here. I mean, we got to think about it. These Trojans are the defending champions, and they want to taste that again. If you taste it once, you get hungrier and hungrier. And I guarantee you that's what these coaches are just feeding these kids for them to come back or go back to Lucas Oil.
Yeah, this is hard to watch if you're a Knox Redskin fan, but if you're a Bishop Chatard Trojan fan, you are very excited right now as it's 41-8 with 8:57 to go in the ball game here. It's going to take a miracle and a few prayers for the Knox Redskins to try to get back into this one. As set to kick is Jasper Chapman, the senior. High arcing kick. They're going to let the Redskins return this from the 5-yard line. It's Jake Conroy coming forward, crosses the 20 to the 25, and he's brought down to the 28. So that's where the Knox Redskins will take over, and they have that's where they have the ball on this possession, guys.
Yeah, as the clock continues to run, you're cutting in on 8 minutes here. I think at some point you start playing for pride.
Yeah.
If we can get a drive here, put another one in the end zone. Take the 8.5 minutes, put the ball in the end zone, let your pride take over, and just say, listen, tonight's not our night, but we're still a pretty good football team, and give us something to celebrate at the end of the night.
1st and 10 on their own 28. It's Miles McLaughlin taking the snap, rolling up the left side, and he's brought down at the 31-yard line as Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. We also thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. 2nd and 7 for the Redskins on their own 31-yard line. It looks like this is Rowan Jordan taking the snap, fires out to the left side. It's Jaden Strong. He still has the ball in his possession, and he's finally brought down at the 36-yard line. Very interesting play. We haven't seen Rowan throw much, and he gets it out to Jaden Strong, who has provided great minutes throughout the season for this Knox Redskin team. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2 here. On their own 35, under 7 minutes to go, 42-8, the Chatard Trojans lead. Takes the snap, hands off up the middle. Is it enough for the first down? We'll await to see. Yes, it is. They are moving the chains. It is a Knox or Redskin first down. It's spotted at the 38-39 line. And like you said, Coach, it's playing for respect at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's a big deficit to come back from, down 34 with 6.5 to go. But if you can continue to drive down the field, punch it in the end zone, that gives your kids a sense of pride and something to hang their hats on at the end of the night. Makes the drive home just a little bit shorter, a little bit warmer. So.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing here. I like the physicality that Knox is still bringing late in the game. They haven't given up. They haven't stopped doing what they do. They haven't changed anything. They're going to continue to just ride this offense out and just punch this in the end zone. And they're making progress moving down the field.
42-8 left here in the fourth quarter. 42-8 is the score with 5:45 to go in the quarter. It's been that kind of night. As here's Rowan Jordan taking the snap, wrapped up by several Trojans and brought down. This will bring up third down here. And they're still in their own territory. The ball will be spotted at the 43, the 44-yard line here, 3rd and 5. What are you calling here, Coach?
Well, 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, you know that time is against you, but I think we're going to see another run here, get half of this back, then on the next play get the first down and just continue to move the football down the field. I'd be very surprised if Knox threw the ball in this situation.
McLaughlin from shotgun takes the snap, pulls the handoff from Jake Conroy, trying to make something happen. He gets to about the 49 to the 50-yard line, enough for the first down, and it'll move the chains. That clock continues to roll under 5 minutes here. After the first down, we're going to see Connor Winzak coming in and Rowan Jordan coming out for the Redskins here. It's literally on the 50-yard line, smack dab in the middle of us, up here in the KVB booth. We're so glad you've joined us here on KVB's WKVI. From shotgun, it's Miles McLaughlin handing off. Who else? Connor Winzak to the 35 to the 30, now to the 25 to the 20. He's still on his feet, brought down at the 16-yard line. I said it a little bit ago. Connor Winzak, guys. Connor Winzak. Huge play for him.
Yeah, a fantastic play. The hole was there. He hits it hard. He hits it fast. Is able to break away. Comes down close at the 12-yard line or the 17-yard line, it looks like. And Knox is knocking on the door. 4 minutes to go. Again, we're just trying to punch this ball in the end zone. So we're happy about at the end of the night.
McLaughlin from shotgun takes the snap, rolls out to the left side, still on his feet, fighting his way forward, bulldozes over to Trojan, and he's going to get the touchdown! Miles McLaughlin putting his foot down and letting everyone know who he is tonight, Justin.
What a beautiful big boy run.
Yeah.
He knew where he wanted to go, and he got there. That was just a beautiful run. And that was a red zone score. So that red zone appearance was sponsored by Affordable Insurance of Knox, providing superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs. With award-winning service and great prices, they give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. Going for two are the Knox Redskins. Rowan Jordan takes the snap, hands off to the right side as Jake Conroy still in the hole, trying to fight his way forward. Does he get it? The ball's loose. And they're calling the play dead. So they won't get the 2-point conversion. That keeps the score 42-14 with 3:06 to go in the ball game, guys.
Yeah, a great drive, a great prideful drive by Knox there, getting the score. Again, we saw a heavy dose of McLaughlin, and at the end there, just lowering the shoulder, knowing I'm not stopping. I'm going to score. I'm going to put another one in the end zone. And that's just you see the pride of Knox kind of coming out here. We're not going to quit. We're not going to go down easy. We're going to continue to come at you, and you're going to have to play 48 minutes of football because that's exactly what we're going to do. And how bad do you want to stop us because we want to score just as much.
No, absolutely, and it's just been, it's been a tough night for the Knox Redskins, but a learning experience. You got to remember, Jake Conroy's only a junior, Miles McLaughlin only a sophomore. there's a lot of key pieces on this Knox Redskin team that's going to be back next year. So this was a huge experience for them to be in a semi-state game that young.
Yeah, and I think that the biggest thing to come out of this night is that you've now seen Bishop Chatard. With Russ Radke's offense, a little untraditional as far as its formations and its sets and how people have to defend it. And everybody's got their own philosophy. Well, moving forward, now you know exactly how Bishop Chatard is going to line up to you, knows exactly how they're going to defend you. There's nothing but positive from playing in this game. If you do see them again in the future, you have a blueprint of how they're going to play you.
Exactly. As here's a kick. What do you call that kick there?
We call that a pooch kick.
A pooch kick up to about the 35. And he almost slipped it through its hands, and the Redskins tried to pick it up, but it didn't happen. And the Bishop Chatard Trojans will take over at the 36 here. As I have a score update, fellas, from Doug Griffiths on Max 98.3 FM. The final. Adams Central gets the best of North Judson St. Pierre and punches their ticket to state. 42-18 was the final. The North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays finish off their season at 9-5. What a year it was for the Blue Jays. We'll have a chance to talk to head coach Brett Lambert in the morning on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Harold's in attendance tonight, as well as Nathan Welter. We always remember those guys being big-time voices for KVB. My time about 10 years ago, that was when Nathan Welter was the sports director. Learned a lot from him, learned a lot from Harold. And they're here tonight as well, supporting Knox Redskin Nation, as here is a fumbled snap on the play. It looks like they've got secondary players out there. Number 18 has stepped in for Aiden Artiega and is the quarterback now. Chris Hill, the sophomore coach.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing a little subbing, late in the game, up big. Hard to come back in situations like this. Get your underclassmen a little more playing time. Get them on the big stage so it's not such a big step come in next year. Give them the opportunity. Let them show their skill set, and just give your kids on the sideline, your starters, just give them a rest. No reason to get anybody hurt this late in the game, knowing that you're punching your ticket to the state championship next week.
And that was Jack Harrington taking a snap there for Bishop Chatard. So they're switching in players that don't get much time, as we talked about earlier on in the game. You look across that sideline, guys, look how many Bishop Chatard Trojan football players there are, and then you look at the Knox Redskins sideline and you look how many the Redskins have. Chatard has quite a bit more players than the Redskins.
Yeah, absolutely. And here they got a massive change, a whole new group of players coming in. Probably the punt team, though, looking at 4th and long. Maybe they're going to punt. But the opportunity that you have offensive starters, defensive starters, special teams kids, and then on top of that, you have a whole secondary offense that doesn't fit in any of those, and probably a secondary defense that doesn't fit any of those. That's big-time football. That you see that in 5A, you see that in 6A. Very rarely do you see that in a 3A competition where there's no two-way player, and Bishop Chatard just stacking the line the sideline is just an amazing sight to see in a 3A football
booming
game.
Punt back to the 30-yard line. It's going to bounce around to the 19-yard line, the 18-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will touch it. But that's the end of the ball game as the time runs out. The Bishop Chatard Trojans are going to the state championship game, and the Knox Redskins finish off their season at 13-1 on the year. A very, very good Knox Redskin season, the best Knox Redskin football season ever. And we were so proud to be a part of it. What an accomplishment for the Knox Redskins. You can't hang your head. You've got to hold your head high, knowing that you're the best Knox Redskin football team ever in school history. You went up against let's just face it, you went up against a Catholic high school. They're able to recruit, Coach. That's just the fact. They're able to recruit. They're able to get guys in. That's why they have so many guys on their team. The Knox Redskins came in tonight, and they played their hearts out. They played exactly what they wanted to do. They didn't get the scores they were hoping to happen. I think there's just a lot of things we're going to have to break down here in the Collins Insurance post-game show as we're going to take a break and come back for that. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years' experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
42-14 is the final. Yeah, 42-14 is the final here in Indianapolis, Indiana, as the Knox Redskins fall short here in semi-state action, their first semi-state appearance in high school football history. It's something that stuck out to me, Coach, over the week. I had a chance to talk to head coach Russ Radke. He said he didn't promise, but he said that when they hired him 4 years ago, I'd get us to Indianapolis. And he said, well, we got to Indianapolis this week. We'll worry about to see if we can get to the following week. So the Knox Redskins got to Indianapolis. They just fall short in semi-state. Just, like 4 or 5, maybe 6 miles from Lucas Oil Stadium. That is how close the Knox Redskins got to going to state. You know, you think about the score being 42-14, but when you think about how long the season is and how close they came, it really puts it into perspective. The Knox Redskins had a really great season.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I always remember a illustration that our defensive coordinator did when I was coaching at LaPorte back in 2006 when LaPorte went to the semi-state. He dumped out 32 golf balls and he started picking them apart one by one until he showed us when we were going to the semi-state game how many golf balls were left. And when there's only 4 teams left in the state, that is a tremendous feat. Knox being at least in the top 4. Top 4 teams of 3A, and you see, Bishop Chatard here, probably the number 1 team in 3A against Knox, probably the number 4 team in 3A, and you see the difference just in that small set. Bishop Chatard just was able to do everything that they wanted to do tonight. Knox was not able to get anything really going until late in the game. And but as far as the season goes, you still went. You went 12-1, 13-1,
13-1.
13-1. So obviously good things are happening in Knox, and there's nothing to be short of proud of yourself in this situation.
Yeah.
You've got all the way here. No team from Knox has ever been here before. You got here. The end of the day, the score doesn't matter. Nobody's going to remember at the start of next season, other than the Knox football coaches and the Knox football team, what the score was of Bishop Chatard and Knox
exactly.
In the semi-state game. Nobody's going to remember that. So, but you remember that you got there. You remember that you went to the semi-state. You were regional champions. You were sectional champions, and that's what you hang your hat on at the end of the day. You don't say, well, we just weren't good enough to get to the state finals. You just simply say, next year's our year. And as I look at the Knox roster, they have that opportunity. They got a lot of key aspects back. They got a lot of good players back, and I think that this is just one of those things where it just didn't go your way tonight, but guess what? You got 12 months to figure it out.
Yeah.
And if you're back here, and if you're lucky enough to get back here next year, you're going to be better.
Yep.
You're going to be better prepared. You got 6 days to prepare for a team that you've never seen before on a big stage that your kids have never been on, going against a team who's been here before. So that kind of eases you a little bit. So I think the opportunities are still there. Great season by Knox. Nothing short of prideful. And I think that still they have the abilities to get back here next season if they continue doing exactly what they do. And I think that everybody from Knox should just be super proud of what these kids were able to accomplish and how far they were able to go, and not worry too much about what happened here tonight.
Well, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. Justin, you go up against a Bishop Chatard team, and think about this, Justin. The Knox Redskins were top dog in every game they played against except for West Noble a few weeks ago. They really hadn't faced a team that matched their intensity. I think tonight was a wake-up call of a sense like, oh my gosh, there is better football than us.
Absolutely, Mitch. And you could tell right off the bat that the Trojans had more energy, they had more enthusiasm, and they controlled the whole game. They controlled the momentum, the athleticism, the enthusiasm. They controlled it all. And again, that kind of goes back to being experienced. Them being here before, them being defending champions. They know what they're doing in these situations.
Yeah.
But if you are Knox, you shouldn't go home and cry and say we suck. They, like you said, they won 13 games before this. They beat everybody that they went up against before this really good defending champion team. So they shouldn't go home and say that they're awful.
No.
They had a very, very good year, the best season in Knox history.
Yeah.
And that's something that they can tell. They can even tell their kids.
Yeah.
And if they have the honor to be coaches someday, be like, hey, I've been on the best team in Knox history. So this is something special that they can hang on to and cherish for years, man.
No, you're exactly right. A tough loss like this, you start questioning yourself. You start questioning, well, were we not very good? You don't need to question anything. I think what you need to say to yourself, you look in the mirror and say, hey, we just faced a better team. That doesn't mean we're not good. We just learned how to be better for the next opportunity. And I think that's exactly what you were just saying there, Justin.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, Coach, you looking at the stats, you see anything that pops out to you?
No, I was just kind of telling myself in my head, looking at this stat line right here, it looks like a close football game. It really does. You got Knox rushing for 51 times for 216 and Chatard rushing 20 times for 232. Pretty even as far as yardage goes. In total offense, 220 to 284, still really close. When you look at a stat line offensively, again, Knox just controlling the clock with 32 minutes, and Chatard having the ball for only 15 of the 48. So, when you look at the stat line, it looks like a very, very, very close football game, but just being a part of it and knowing what I saw tonight, it was because Chatard was able to score quickly. Field position had a lot to do with that. When you're starting on the positive side of the field, for the majority of the first half. Your yardage is not going to really stack up all that much, whereas Knox had to start deep in their own territory and kind of move forward. So the stats itself not really indicating of how the game played out, and I think that has to do with all three facets of the game. Knox really had to move the ball forward. Chatard had really, really good field position. Knox was able to, it seemed like every series was third and long, then a third and short, then a fourth and short, and whereas Chatard really didn't ever see third down.
No, they didn't.
Once
or maybe twice.
They were third down 4 times.
4.
So, they never really got to third down, and they still were able to put up 42 points, which means that they were moving the football a fair distance the entire football, each game, each play. So, the stats themselves kind of a little deceiving on the outcome of the game, but then again, it just shows you Knox's fight as well. They never gave up. The opening series, they throw a pick and Bishop Chatard returns it to the 32-yard line. Not the situation you want your defense starting a football game in, deep in their own territory. Hard to ask them to defend inside the red zone to start the game. Just not a situation you want. But and they were never really able to bounce back from that. The first drive was very difficult to get the ball moving. They had to go out of their realm of what they like to do. Ended up throwing an interception. Put your defense back deep, and then and Bishop Chatard is just too good of a football team to continue to give them the ball in plus territory.
Guys, something that just popped into my head I think is interesting is a year ago this weekend we ended our football broadcast season in North Judson, St. Pierre, as Judson hosted Adams Central. They ended up losing that game. They faced Adams Central again tonight a year later and fell 42-18. Here in this game, the Knox Redskins fall 42-14. So similar and very interesting that 2 years in a row, this is where our broadcast season for football comes to a close. I said this on the Saturday Sports Line last week. At this point, I am at 19 football broadcasts in just 2 years. That's close to 3 seasons that the Knox Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays, along with our other area teams, have helped me gain that much more experience. If I look back and say I'd get 3 seasons of football in 2 years, well, that's pretty impressive, and I think that's a testament to how good some of our area football teams are. I want to thank them for providing us with excellent play throughout the entire season. It's bittersweet that it had to come to an end tonight, but we know that better times are ahead for everyone here in Stark County and that for all of our other area teams, so we appreciate them as well. We're going to take a break and come back to talk about our Stark County Co-op play of the game. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Let's return to the voices of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
Chris couldn't be here tonight as he coaches basketball for the Tri-Township Lady Tigers. Shout out to Chris McGowan. Hope you're enjoying your Friday evening. We'll see you in the morning, my man. As we've got now time to announce our Stark County Co-op play of the game, I turn things over to our sports analyst, head coach of the South Central Satellites football team, Buzz Schoaf. What are you thinking for our Stark County Co-op play of the game?
So I'm going to have to go with the second score by Miles McLaughlin tonight, where their back was kind of against the wall, and he just fought. He just fought for the last 6 yards to get in the end zone. He ends up lowering his shoulder. He ends up going over the top of a defender, and I think at that point in time, your back's against the wall. There's not a whole lot going on, and that's just a kid that just doesn't have any quit in him.
Yeah.
He takes it on his shoulders, and he says, nobody's going to stop me on this given play. I'm getting into the end zone, and he does just that. So I think that's the biggest highlight of the night for Knox. Too bad there just wasn't more of those, but I think that's a big-time play by a big-time player. So I'm going to go with that for my play of the game.
Well, I'd agree. That was a great run by Miles. He wasn't giving up, and like you said, it was fitting. They were trying to put respect on the board, and they did. As I wanted to take this moment, too, to give a big-time shout-out to my good friend Matt Ketchum. He lives here in Broad Ripple, Indiana, where I used to live for all those years. He actually was here. I saw him walking. He was the guy that pointed at you to get me his attention at the beginning of the game. And also Mitch Kane. Don't ever meet many Mitches, so shout-out to Mitch Kane and Matt Ketchum for being here in Bishop Chatard High School. They saw a good game for Bishop Chatard anyway. The Knox Redskins, unfortunately, fall in this one, 42-14. We're going to take a break and come back for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Have you ever wondered how much I could sell my vehicle for? Well, Auto Park Chevrolet GMC can help with that. We're looking to buy your vehicle. It is a quick, simple process that puts money in your pocket. Stop by the Auto Park on Oak Road for one of our sales professionals to assess your vehicle and have a cash price for you in moments. If you're looking to trade, we have stacks of inventory for you to choose from, or you can walk away with a check in hand. Don't hassle with listing on Marketplace or waiting forever to sell it privately. Let us make you an offer today. Auto Park Chevrolet GMC. Check us out at www.autoparkchevroletbuickgmc.com or call 574-936-5590 or come to see us next to Walmart in Plymouth.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch?
It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Our Ashley Derrickson, 5-star player of the game. Coach, I turn things over to you.
Well, I mean, I think the player of the game here. If I'm going on the Knox sideline, I'm going to go Miles McLaughlin. He's a guy that carried the load all night long, just wasn't able to get a whole lot going. So I would go with him. But if I'm looking at Chatard, that tailback number 2, he had a night tonight. So
Riley Kinnett.
Overall, I think he's probably the guy that had the biggest night. But from Knox, obviously they put a lot on Miles McLaughlin's shoulders, and he carries it, and he carries it well. And I can't be any more prouder of a young man who continues to carry his team and continues to give what he does day in and day out.
I agree. Congratulations to our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week, Miles McLaughlin, just in his sophomore year. He's got more time that is ahead of him. My gosh. So if you're a Knox Redskin fan, you're going to see that young man on the field for a couple of more years. As I wanted to take this time to bring in Knox's official statistician. That's what I call you. Tim Knowlton is here. We never get a chance to talk with you, Tim, but you always provide us with up-to-date stats. You do such a good job. You're always in the press box, and you're a good chat as well. You're good to talk to. I appreciate this, your help throughout the season. I hate that it had to come to a close, but we made it to Indianapolis just a few miles short.
I kind of wish you were up in the top of the booth. I've done that before. It's really fun, but kept on one step like this. It's I'm glad they have a thing that will move this group away from us next year, so we will not be in the same class.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes it a lot nicer. Maybe next year get through it. We do have some. I'm teaching 8th grade, so we get the kids from the 8th grade. We have pieces that can come up and fill in some spots, hopefully from the seniors that graduated. So.
Well, and you've done stats for Knox for quite a long time. How long did you say you've been doing stats for the football team?
22 years, I believe.
Wow, 22 years, and you never miss a game.
I missed one, but I was going to an Ohio State game instead, so that was an excuse. Grandpa graduated from there, so I had to go.
Well, Tim, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're about to get out of here, but I wanted to grab you because we didn't get a chance to talk to you last season. I just wanted you to know that we really appreciate what you do for the Knox Redskins, and I know the coaching staff does as well. They rely on your stats. It means a lot that you're at every game, and we appreciate you, Tim. It means a lot, for real.
Yep, no problem.
All right, that's Tim Knowlton, Knox High School's official statistician, always doing a fantastic job. We appreciate him. As KVB's WKVI Sports is back in action next week, as we will be covering the night before Thanksgiving tradition between the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays and the Knox Lady Redskins basketball teams. Myself, along with Terry Minix and Justin Ruff, will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That's this coming Wednesday. We also remind you to join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We also invite you to follow us on social media, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Coach.
Just thankful for the opportunity to come over here and watch good football. I mean, I think that, obviously not the night that Stark County wanted, but leading up to it and when you start looking at rosters and what they got coming back, this is just, the tip of the iceberg. And I think some great things are still down the pipeline coming out of Knox and North Judson. So, I commend them for the seasons that they had. I'm looking forward to seasons to come with them and watching their runs and hopefully South Central can beat North Judson next year, but
right
and make our own run. But just glad to be part of the ride, and as small as my piece is, I'm I'm happy to be here and be able to watch these football teams and keep up with them and see everything that they're doing. So I just appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate all the hard work that goes into a football season in order to get to this point.
Well, and I'll say this. I appreciate you, Coach. I appreciate all of our coaches, but with what South Central's been dealing with the last month, it just has been so terrible, and our thoughts and prayers are still with Satellite Nation. We appreciate for you being here. I know it's been a tough few weeks, but I appreciate you stepping in. You've done a fantastic job, and I'll always ask you if in the future, of course, like you said, if you make a run next year, we won't be able to have you up in the booth, but I want to say thank you. I appreciate it, and it'll be a fun drive back. We'll have a chance to chat.
Yeah, this is awesome. If I'm not coaching, I might as well be up here doing this thing, and
it's a lot more fun.
I think my kids actually appreciate this more than me coaching, because they just look at me that I'm not home. Whereas now they're probably sitting around the radio and they're hoping that I'm keep talking.
Yeah.
Just, it's like I'm in the room. They don't understand how technology works, just like I do. But they hear Dad on the radio and they think I'm famous. But I haven't signed any autographs, so if anybody's listening, you ever see Buzz Strofe walking down the street with his children, ask him for an autograph, and that'll just make them all happy.
Justin, I'll check in with you on the sideline real quick. What's your thoughts right now for not just the Knox Redskins, but Stark County football?
Well, big shout out to Redskin Nation. They filled up this whole stands here. Like I mentioned earlier in the game, Mitch, that there was a standing room only. It went left. It went all the way right around the corner. I mean, they really showed up here in Indy. A 2.5 hour drive, is it? I mean, it's not short. So they really came to support their Redskins. That's always awesome to see. Again, they just fell short, a few miles short, if you will.
Yeah.
So a big shout out to the Knox school community just showing up for the Redskins. And I'm also with Coach Buzz. I'm here. I'm super blessed to be here. Thanks for letting me on. And Coach, I did sign an autograph over here.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you serious?
It's a big thing down here.
It's the jacket, man.
It's the jacket. Yeah, my small jacket.
Well, you got to get it to Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack. Tina will hook you up. As we thank you for being here too, Justin. It's been an honor, and I appreciate you getting down on the sidelines for your only second sideline appearance in 2 days. So This is your third broadcast. I'm throwing you to the wolves, man, and you're doing a fantastic job. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, our finals tonight, the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays fall to Adams Central 42-18, and then here in Indianapolis at Bishop Chatard, the Trojans get the better of the Knox Redskins 42-14. It's going to be fun to talk with, well, not really fun, but it'll be very interesting to have a chat with head coach Russ Radke of the Knox Redskins and head coach Brett Lambert of the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line. We hope you join us at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. As from all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analyst Buzz Schoaf, our sideline reporter Justin Ruff, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Touchdown!